Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another night of Friday Night Rivals, October style. Very good to have you with us. I am Christian Garman, and as is the case every week, I'm standing here with Jeff Price, and we'll get to Clayton Habecker here in just a moment, our sideline reporter. We're at Catholic High School tonight. The visiting team, the Autauga Generals, coming in from Alabama, just west of Prattville. And Jeff, this should be a good game. This is two really talented teams. Catholic High School is 5-0. They've yet to lose a game. Autauga has lost. They're 3-1, but the one loss they had was to a very good Vernon team, and it was 44-42. There's a couple of high-powered offenses here, yeah?
Yeah, like you said, a couple high-powered offenses. One in Autauga loves to throw the football over the yard. Another in Catholic loves that ground game, so should be pretty fun.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Two very different stories. Catholic definitely keeps it on the ground, and Autauga likes to air it out, so that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We'll get to your keys to victory coming up, but first, of course, as always, we go to Clayton Habecker now for the sideline report.
Hey guys, thank you so much. It's going to be a great night for Friday Night Rivals football here tonight. It is our first October game. Based off the weather, though, you would not know it. It is still hot down here on the field. Weather conditions around the mid-80s. Now, Autauga actually came 3 hours north in central Alabama. I looked up the weather conditions there. Not much better. They had a high of 100 degrees today. So if anything, Autauga just came down to the Panhandle to enjoy our cooler fall weather, I guess. So they are definitely far from home. Now, speaking of home, Catholic High School is celebrating their homecoming tonight. Now, Autauga is known as the Generals. Catholic High School is known as the Crusaders. So tonight is going to be a battle of epic proportions where Catholic High School is hoping to win the war in front of their homecoming crowd. Back over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Clayton. And yeah, that's a funny take that Autauga came down south to cool off and play in our cooler weather. So let's talk about the Northwest Florida State keys to victory. What do you think Catholic has to do to move to 6-0 tonight?
I think for Catholic, we go back to, we say it every week, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Continue to let it be the Jacoby Jackson and Wayman Jordan show. Just let them go out there and do their thing. They have been so good all year long.
A couple of terrific running backs, both of whom ran for over 1,000 yards each last year. How about for Autauga? Again, we know they're a good team. They're number one in 2A and AISA, but it's a tall order to come in here and win tonight. What do they need to do?
I think they need to get their athletes out in space early, protect Octavius Palmer. The young man's a quarterback, 6'4", so he can see over that line pretty well. He can throw it a mile, and if they give him some time, he might be able to pick this defense apart.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Octavius' arm, and I know you are too, and we'll give you a chance to do just that when we come back for kickoff. It's Friday Night Rivals.
Tails of this call.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals, the coin toss brought to you by the United States Marines. Of course, they do that for us every single week. The Crusaders won the toss. They have deferred, so Autauga going to receive the kick. And it looks to me like Shakarian Willis is back for Autauga. And we're just about ready to get things going here, Jeff.
It should be a fun one. We talked about it earlier, the two high-powered offenses.
I wouldn't mind seeing a high-scoring affair. You know?
Oh, absolutely not.
We've had a couple of defensive battles. We've had a couple of blowouts, so wouldn't mind a high-scoring game. And we're just about ready to go, folks. Friday Night Rivals. Catholic 5-0, as we said. Hard to believe, already 6 weeks in. This is a very short kick, not going anywhere. It looks like that's Trayshawn Freeman who fields it. Has some room, taken down there at the 47-yard line. So a very now when we see something like that, Jeff, do you think that was an intentional kick or a missed kick?
Yeah, it's a pooch kick, and it's obviously we talk about Autauga, and one thing we'll talk about more, they have a lot of athletes, a lot of speed out there. As we see the starting lineups right there for Autauga: Octavius Palmer, Teddy Harris, Raymond Cutler, Trey Cutler, Tristan Hudson, Tyler Lewis, Jackson Hawley, Jalen Morrow, Dominique Webster, and the key guy right there, that's going to be Octavius Palmer and Raymond Cutler. That's the dynamic duo as quarterback wide receiver. Now,
I know we're ready to go here. Again, Octavius Palmer, you heard Jeff saying off the top, this kid really loves to air it out. And they're going to come at us this time on the ground to kick things off. And just like that, that's working for extra there. And that's Freonte Cutler, who's running back. We're going to call his name all night. He's their big running back.
And Autauga's going to want to run the ball probably 15 to 20 times if they get the way they want. And Mr. Cutler, you see him right there battling for yards. That young man's 250 pounds.
Yeah.
All right, so he's not your normal running back that's 180. So that's going to be a
Catholic High School defense. Jaden Page, Jamarvis Turner, John McDowell, Samuel Hooker, C.J. Davis. Jacoby Jackson plays both ways. He's a big running back. Michael Holloman, Acromite, Bradley Mixon, and McGee making up the starting lineup on the defensive side for the Crusaders.
Demarius McGee is going to have a big game at safety with this high-flying attack.
So that's 2nd down and 7, and Palmer tried to dump it off, but a great defensive play there by Catholic, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, Jaden Payne, 55 right there, coming up big, a junior, 5'11", 283. It's a big old boy, swatting it down. Would have loved to see him pick that one off.
Yeah, might have had nothing but green in front of him if he did. So
it's a big boy.
The Seder faithful would have also loved to see that. All right, so right at the 45-yard line, it's 3rd down now and 7.
You got trips to the top of the field right there.
It's 3 receivers. Going to break down your insider language there. Mr. Deerdorf.
Don't put that on me.
And
play clock was down to 0 right there.
Took too darn long. So 3rd and 7 is going to be 3rd and a little bit longer now, and not the start Otago was looking for.
Well, and we talk about Otago a little bit, and for most of you who don't know, they're from the AISA, the Alabama Independent School Association. They are pretty good. They're Class 2, and they're Class 3. There's 3 of them. There's A, 2A, and 3A, and they've been in the past 3 state championships.
And won 2 of them.
Correct.
So that's kind of a big deal. Oh, a miscue there. A great play. Well, not going to turn anything with it, but that's just a miscommunication on the snap. That's Jakirian Willis who picked up the loose ball, not able to do anything with it. So that's going to bring up 4th and very long. And no doubt they're going to be punting it away, and the Catholic High School offense is going to get their hands on the ball.
Yeah, and the snap was right there to the side and got in the way. He was trying to fake the run right there and couldn't get it done because of a poor snap, but nonetheless, it couldn't have gone worse for Otago other than if they would have fumbled and lost the football there. But nonetheless, they got the ball back and are going to punt it away right here on 4th down.
A loss of 5 brings up 4th and 17. Catholic's going to have Brian Mixon and Demarius McGee back to try and do something exciting. Good-looking punt. It's going to be fall dead at the 35. It looks like maybe the 34-yard line. And that's where Catholic High School is going to take over, and they've got themselves a good spot on the field after a nice defensive effort, although that was more about Autauga's inability to do anything, I guess, than it was Catholic's defense.
And with this, we talk about Catholic's offense. They're going to run a pistol wing tee. If you remember, a few weeks ago we had Northview and Baker, and Northview runs that same style pistol wing tee. The one thing with Catholic is they got 2 guys named Jacoby Jackson and Wayman Jordan. One's a senior and one's a sophomore, and they are probably the best 1-2 punch right here that you're going to find in the area.
And right there, a nice little run by Jacoby Jackson, who's he's a terrific player. He's a big running back. You know, you mentioned Wayman Jordan and Jacoby Jackson, and you can see the Catholic offense. Colin Wibbs, there has been a Wibbs playing quarterback at Catholic, I think, for the last 40 years. There was when I went here back around 1988. Michael Archie, Jacoby Jackson, Wayman Jordan, we already talked about. You can see McDowell, Williams, Bruder, Radomensky, Rodriguez, Frosch, and Posey. So now 2nd down and short, coming back the other way.
Yeah, Wayman Jordan right there, and you see the motion. And expect that. If you're going to try to watch this game and watch the football, you're going to have to watch it closely because there's going to be a lot of guys moving in every direction. You see the Autauga defense right here. And this is a group that's learning, and they're growing a little bit. Tubbs, Long, Cutler, Willis, and Freeman right there. I tell you, if there's a weakness to Autauga's game, it's their defense. Now, we see a false start penalty right there, but the one loss Autauga has this year is to Vernon. Now, Vernon's ranked number 4 in 1A, and they play teams like Northview and Baker and stuff like that, but it was 44-42, and they were playing at Vernon. So it kind of gives you an idea of the defensive style they like to play or don't like to play.
Yeah, giving up. Yeah, but again, Vernon, as you said, they're a very good team. So that was a false start against Catholic. They were going for a hurry up there. Did not pan out. I think they were going too quick for their own good. And so now it's going to be 1st down and 15. Oh, going to go back the other way. And he's got some room. What an effort here.
Oh, boy.
Still on his feet. What an incredible run we're looking at. Refusing to come down. That's Wayman Jordan. Just a huge pickup. Jeff, it looked like they had him about 3 different times, and he just kept coming.
Yeah, Wayman Jordan. You see the Bob Tyler Toyota?
That said, quarterback, he's a running back.
I mean, just look at the effort right there and just the vision it takes.
34-yard run, and that, of course, is an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10. A big play. So going back to the point I was going to make a couple of moments ago, talking to Coach Matt Adams earlier this week from Catholic, and he was talking about Jacoby Jackson and Wayman Jordan, both of whom, as we said off the top, had more than 1,000 yards rushing last year, but very different styles. Jacoby's a really, really big guy, tough to bring down, and you saw what Wayman can do there. He's just really quick on his feet. Maybe another false start.
Yep. And the one thing, the way I like to call it, and of course, last year, I just looked at it like thunder and lightning. Wayman Jordan is just lightning fast, and then you've got the thunder coming with Jacoby Jackson, the young man that also plays linebacker, and you see why. He is a big old boy, so you can imagine the 1-2 punch these guys have, and imagine playing defense trying to stop these guys.
And that's another thing, by the way. We've seen 2 false starts, and I talked to Coach Adams. I said, you guys are 5-0, but what does he want to work on? He said, we're undisciplined. He said, we're making a lot of bad penalties, and we've already seen 2 here early tonight. And that's going to be a nothing-doing situation there, a fine play. That's Michael Archie trying to find a way, but not getting anywhere. Second and long.
And we talk about Autauga playing, both these teams have a lot of guys playing both ways. That's the running back for Autauga, Ferrante Cutler, playing a little D-line right there, making the stop.
Loss of 3, so now second down and about 16, it looks like, for the Crusaders. They are down at the 27-yard line, so they're in pretty good field position. And by the way, they can kick field goals. Again, their kicker, I talked to Coach Adams, he told me he's comfortable letting him try from 45 yards out. So he's got a leg. May not need it, though. Big run here.
Jeez, just watching Jacoby Jackson, I mean, he takes off one way, then he puts that foot in the ground. And, I mean, you just see the athleticism he has and the power once he puts that foot in the ground to get that one step. And now we're in the Synovus Bank red zone. How about that? Watch this replay.
Impressive run there. It's a 12-yard gain, and Jacoby Jackson is, yes, indeed, very difficult to bring down. May have been another false start there. Oh, ball's on the ground. Great play there. Who was it that saved the day there for Catholic? That's number 56. Who you got, Jeff?
Ben Radominski right there.
Okay. Yeah, well,
Mr. Johnny on the spot.
That's a big-time play because that could have been a real drive killer for the Crusaders. But it is going to bring up 4th down, and kicker Darren Bredesen will come on. As I was saying earlier, this kid's got a real leg. They'll give him a shot from pretty far out. Looks like this one's going to be about a 27-yarder, which I think they feel very comfortable with him kicking.
Yeah, we saw him kicking 40, 45-yarders before the game with ease.
Kick is up. He definitely has a leg. You might have. It's good. Big start there. Fine kick from Bredesen. That gives the Catholic High Crusaders a 3-0 lead here. It's homecoming, and we're glad you're with us for Friday Night Rivals. Stay with us, guys. We're going to go to break. Friday Night Rivals. It is now 3-0 Catholic High School. Certainly glad you guys are with us. Big field goal moments ago there from Mr. Bredesen for the Crusaders, giving them the lead here on homecoming night. Autauga's about to get another shot. And, Jeff, I know they do have that high-powered offense. We saw one chance there a moment ago where it looked like Mr. Palmer, Octavius, the quarterback, was going to try and unleash it, but he wasn't able to. Another short kick. Ooh, and a little bit of room, too. Did see a flag come down at the last second there.
Some laundry on the field, but yeah, absolutely. And
I want to see this arm.
Yeah, and he can throw it a mile. I mean, really, the key is can Catholic keep pressure on him? And right now, can Autauga get out of their own way? That first drive, they shot themselves in the foot. But these guys love to throw it around. They'll throw it about 20 times a game.
Let's see what this penalty is here. Face mask against the Crusaders, and that'll help Autauga. That's, in fact, going to move them all the way over to the other side of the field. So they're going to start this drive in terrific field position, all the way down to Catholic's 41-yard line.
See the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay and find out where it is.
Right there.
Yep, right
no
there.
doubt about
Spun him around.
Yep, no doubt about it.
Last week, Mr. Palmer was 13-21, threw for 327 yards and 4 touchdowns against Tuscaloosa Academy. So that shows you right there, young man will throw the football.
And he's going to right here, and he's got his man all by himself. That's going to be a touchdown, number 88, big-time play. That was Dominique Webster. Wow, talk about a timing route, Jeff. That was beautiful.
Yeah, there you go right there. All he needed, just a step. And it looked like a quick slant on the outside. We see the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. Fake the zone read.
Boom.
Simple right there.
That's
Simple
a
completion.
41-yard touchdown strike. So the terrific field position starting for Autauga certainly pays off immediately. And just like that, they're up 6-3. And now on to try, and this is Emma Windland trying to convert. Emma's kick is up, and it's blocked. It's blocked. So the score will stay 6-3 with just under 8 to go in the first quarter. And we'll be right back on Friday Night Rivals. A big score from Autauga. We are back live, and there he is, Dominique Webster, just now scoring the 41-yard touchdown off a terrific pass from Octavius Palmer. And, well, Jeff, you've been talking about it all week. You know, they are very happy to throw the ball, and they score quickly, and we saw all of the above just moments ago.
Well, and Autauga's going to try to spread you out and make you cover them man-to-man on the outside, and that's where their strength is. And for Catholic, they're going to have to play some tough man-to-man defense and be physical on the outside. Didn't work out so far, but they're going to make an adjustment, I'm pretty sure.
No doubt about it. So Demarius McGee is back. He is the deep man for Catholic, does the kickoff returns. Not going to get a chance here. Ball goes out of bounds. That's a penalty. And by the way, that is Ferrante Cutler doing the kicking.
A little bit of everything.
Well, yeah.
Hey, welcome to private school football right there.
Yeah. We see a lot of guys playing both ways in some of the biggest schools, but certainly it's the norm, I guess, in your smaller schools.
I love it. Ironman football.
Yep. Well, they get after it. Excuse me. You know, I just realized I just coughed. There's a cough button. Why didn't I just hit the cough button? Like, there's a specific button for that moment.
I know why. And let's go ahead and get out of the way. Just for you people at home that don't know.
What is it?
This is your alma mater.
It is, yeah. Catholic High School. I'm a very proud graduate. Went from 88 to 92, and honestly, it feels great every single time I'm back here. It feels like home. I love coming here. So
yeah, I had to protect you. People were trying to get autographs and get pictures and everything. Get them out of the way.
What you may have noticed is they all acted like they didn't care I was here. That's part of a thing we do. They know it bothers me, so that's what they do.
I got you.
They were very amazed.
Well, how sweet of them.
Yeah. Look at it. He says, you take it from here. And here comes McGee, who's big and lanky.
So
and he's got lots of room, folks. And he's not down yet. Literally, part of his jersey gets ripped off. That's the only way they were taking him down. Wow.
So that jersey looks like about a large, and now it's a 3X.
Exactly. I love this. Look, he says, you do it.
And that's the right decision right there, because look at that young man go. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that was awesome. So a terrific play there. I believe that was Michael Holloman, I think.
If Ferrante Butler was the one that made the tackle.
Ferrante's all over the place.
He is everywhere.
All right, here come the Crusaders. Starting at the 44-yard line. Wibbs is going to throw. He doesn't do much of this, but he does it here to great effect. They pick up 2 or 3.
He had a little bit more if he would have kept his feet.
That's Michael Archie who made the catch. I think he threw it just a little behind him and probably lost his balance there. We may see on the Bob Tyler replay if it gets queued up. But either way, it's a gain of about 3 or 4. Here we go. Let's take a little play action pass there. Yeah, threw it right behind him.
What a quarterback thing to say.
Was it?
Threw it right behind him.
You're the quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been better, but it was still a good pass right there. I think he, maybe the turf monster got him right there.
Okay, you're very nice. 2nd down and 7.
You're so critical of your Crusaders.
I am. I'm trying to be fair here. Got plenty of room once again. And just so hard to bring him down. That's Wayman Jordan, folks. It's going to be Wayman Jordan and Jacoby Jackson all night long. And we're seeing it already as the Crusaders are on the move again. That's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10.
Well, you saw number 22, Nathan Williams, the corner, come up there and try to make the tackle and had an angle on him. And I don't know if you ever have an angle on Jacoby Jackson or Wayman Jordan.
So a 9-yard gain. As we said, the 1st and 10 now. It is at the 32-yard line as Catholic's moving the ball down the field. 6:55 to go here in quarter number 1.
Another thing you'll notice is Catholic, every play, Wibbs goes to the sideline and get the play. You don't see that a whole lot anymore in football.
You know, I asked Matt about that. I said, are you calling the plays? And he said, for the first time this year, he's not calling all the plays. Little end around there. He has in the past, but he did say he's not doing that all the time. That was Jacoby Jackson on the run, picking up a few. It's good for 3 yards, and that'll bring up second down. 7.
Yeah, for Autauga, Autauga's faced the wing tee. I believe when they played Springwood this year, they faced a little bit of that pistol wing tee, so it's not brand new to them, and that's something that's so tough. I mean, most teams run a spread offense or an I formation. This wing tee is tough. It's tough to call up here because it's so hard to watch the football with all that motion going on.
Yeah, it's quite the wing tee, I say.
There you go.
Well, now that was confusing. But it's going to be a big run there for Wayman Jordan, and he's got another Anderson Subaru 1st and 10. And as a matter of fact, it's all the way down now into the Synovus red zone. So, you know, you said this may be a high-scoring affair, and there's a little bit of evidence of that. We're not even midway through. We've seen a touchdown from Autauga. We've got a timeout on the field. This is going to be a water break. And with that in mind, I believe that Clayton Habecker may be ready down on the sidelines for a Brownsville Welding sideline report. Clayton, you ready? No, perhaps not. No, there he is.
Guys, I'm down here with Mr. Blay, an alumnus here at Catholic High School, and one of the coordinators for our alumni tailgate party over there. Mr. Blay, tell me a little bit of what all goes into that for homecoming.
Well, it's really about the volunteers and also about the family and the food that we get together. It's all about really coming together and breaking bread with each other, and all the volunteers really participate, but we all get a lot out of it. We had an 11-piece band. We served a lot of food. We had a lot of fun. I think we had 800 different meals we served, so it was a great time.
Now, speaking of breaking bread, I heard you were going to break a brownie with me, a Catholic-themed brownie.
We brought you a brownie. We know you like sweets, so there you go, man. Enjoy the evening.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm going to enjoy this and back up to you guys.
Thank you, Clayton, and thank you there, because he walked up when you and I were down on the sidelines earlier with 3 different containers of cookies and hooked up the whole crew.
Yeah, we asked for a couple like cookies and stuff, and he brought us 3 containers full.
Yeah, but the way you asked, it was obvious you wanted
Yeah, I
more
know.
than that.
He knew.
There's Jacoby once again. He's going to pick up a few more. I may have seen a flag flying. Did you?
Yep.
Did we? Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Laundry on the field.
All right, so wait and see what's going on there.
Referee signaling a hold to the white hat there.
Okay.
There you go.
So that's going to bring things back a little for the Crusaders after the run from Jacoby Jackson. Gonna count it off.
So you think it's tough just calling the pistol wing tee up here in the booth. Imagine on the field, you've got pulling guards. I mean, we're talking about grown men pulling to run full speed to hit you, and that's not even the one that has the ball. Boy, it's tough sledding if you're down there on the D-line.
Well, you know, that's classic pistol wing tee, though, Jeff.
That's classic.
Yeah.
Absolutely classic. You know, the 1962 Super Bowl.
You don't got to tell me. 1st and 20 now, and this time around it's Wayman Jordan. He gets to maybe the 20-yard line, and still a long way to go for the Crusaders. They can get down to the 8 to get a first down. So.
Yeah, they need to run the old Christian Garmin around the end there.
Yeah.
I mean, he made Catholic famous on that very play right there, but nobody ran it like you.
It never will, Jeff.
Understandable.
Yeah, no, I never will. I didn't play football here, but it's still.
But you showed him how it was done.
Well, it's something I did talk to. It was Coach Nagas back then, and I let him know what I thought we should do.
Thing of beauty.
Please stop. Second down now and 12. Colin Wibb's going to roll out. Now, this time he leads him beautifully, and that's going to be, it may be a touchdown, but flags came flying in from everywhere, so that may be coming back, Jeff.
Yeah, it sure does look like it. Maybe a block in the back right there from where those flags were thrown, and at the time they were thrown.
Well, it wasn't hidden well, because I see at least 3 flags, all within about a yard of each other. So every ref on the field seemed to see that one. Could pull back a touchdown here.
And here we go.
Did I miss did they make the call?
No, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, block in the back.
So a disappointing moment for the Crusaders. It's going to be second down now and about 12.
Boy, Catholic, Coach was talking about them being undisciplined. He wasn't lying. They've got a lot of unnecessary penalties early in this game.
Yep, he specifically said that's been an issue for him, and you're right, we've seen it, and we're still almost 5 minutes left here in the. Oh, look at this! Colin
Wide
Wibbs,
open,
all alone, and the penalty doesn't matter. That's a terrific pass. Dennis McGough catches, and big touchdown, a 20-yard touchdown strike. And with 4:48 to go, the Catholics Crusaders get that one done. Watch the Bob Tyler replay here. I actually couldn't see him catch it based on our angle, so this will be my first look.
Yeah, when you throw the football a total of typically 4 to 6 times a game, that's when guys get wide open because you're selling out for the run. You're so used to, as a DB, being blocked that you just don't know what to do right there. You don't expect them to take off and run around on you.
And Catholic, listen, coming into tonight, they are an extremely unbalanced team. They're averaging around 300 yards on the ground and only about 63 yards through the air. So that's something else. Again, I had a nice conversation with Coach Adams, and that's something else he wants to address. I mean, I think he knows with Jacoby Jackson and Wayman Jordan, it's not going to even up exactly, but right now it's pretty imbalanced. It's obviously a heavily running offense, and it's working for them, though. They're 5-0.
Yep.
And another big touchdown there. They now lead this thing 10-6. So we may be off to the races here tonight, Jeff.
Yeah, I got a few scores for you if you're interested.
Sure, some early scores for the action around the coast. What's up?
Baker's up 41-12 over Freeport. Both those teams, by the way, are undefeated. West Florida and Niceville, how about this, tied at 14?
Wait, what's the score on Baker?
41-12.
What quarter are they in?
Second quarter.
Wow.
Yeah, and like I said, both teams are undefeated. Baker's just, man, they're so tough.
41-12.
Navarre's up 7-0 right now over Tate in the second quarter. Washington and Milton, boy, I bet that's a defensive battle. It's 7-3 right now in the first. Northview and Walton are tied in the first quarter, 0-0, and Escambia is up 28-7 over Pace in the second quarter.
So we're ready for this kickoff, and Autauga has Jacarian Willis back, ready to receive, but he's not going to get a chance. It's an onside kick and handled by Autauga. So that was Brandon Briggs able to fall on it. So what do you think Coach Adams is thinking there?
Well, trying to catch him a little bit, by surprise. Of course, they've done that pooch punt a few times. I tell you what, they just do not. They do not want to kick it to Jacarian Willis back there. That young man, and it shows right there if they're going to continue to do that and give the ball at the 50 to a team like this.
I mean, is it worth that? Because remember, moments ago, Autauga got the ball at 41 and had a one-play touchdown strike. So it's risky to give a high-powered offense like this such terrific field position. But I guess Coach Adams was just trying to get a little momentum, get the crowd really going here and do something exciting. Didn't work out, and good news for Autauga now is they've got terrific field position starting at the 49.
You can do that at home. You probably don't do that if you're on the road.
Flag before the snap.
Man, no shortage of penalties. Another delay of game right there. And that's just so unnecessary on Autauga's part. Golly.
So moving it back a few.
You see the Cat High student section right there. And there's coach for Autauga, Bobby Carr.
First and 15 now. Move back to the 44-yard line. Still pretty good field position, but a little longer to go for that first down. Octavius Palmer, great name, the starting quarterback, the senior for Autauga. And he's going to throw
he's got a wide open man down there. Boy,
great
oh boy.
Play. That's one of his favorite receivers. That's Harris, who's got lots of yards, and that's going to be a first down. Little helmet to helmet there, too.
Yeah, he dropped the helmet. We got a Crusader slow to get up.
That may have been one of the ones that
looks like
shot.
Nathan Williams right there is slow to get up. And it looks like his shoulder.
Teddy Harris was the receiver there. So.
Well, but Raymond Culler, number 6, was running all alone, but the pressure got to Palmer. That's one thing we talked about. See the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. Culler's running straight down the field, but he's got it flushed out of the pocket. Great awareness to get the ball out to Teddy Harris right there, and a great run by Harris. That's one of our keys we were talking about. If they can protect Palmer long enough to get his receivers downfield, there is going to be some openings.
22-yard gain there on the play. So from Anderson Subaru, it's a 1st and 10. Palmer does hand it off this time to Ferrante. Oh, no, check that. That's not Ferrante. That was number 8, Brandon Briggs, who got the carry there.
And again, we call Jaden Payne's name the junior right there, making a big play.
So a loss there, and now second down. It looks like about 14 here for the loss of 3, so maybe a loss of 13. Simple math would suggest. We are at Catholic High School here for Friday Night Rivals. It's homecoming night here at Cat High. Got a big crowd, too. They were filling up an hour and a half before the game. Another flag, I think.
Of course, they had a big tailgate behind the end zone there, and I think people started at 4:30, and it was packed at 4:30.
It's going to be a false start. So penalty after penalty tonight. So, the tailgate on homecoming night, again, as I said before, I started coming here in '88, and they've been doing that ever since then, and maybe for years before that. So great to see that tradition continues. Now, second down and very long, back now at the 43-yard line. Looks like second and 20 for Autauga. Palmer is going to take a big sack there.
And again, wide open down the field, number 6, Raymond Cutler, his favorite receiver, is open, but Palmer is so aware of that pass rush. He had a little time, but he held on too long, and boy, you held on to half a second too long, and this Crusader defense is going to get to you.
So, a big loss there. They're at their own now 49-yard line. They have to get all the way down to the 24 for a first down. So it is now third and about 26, it looks like. A long way to go, no doubt about that. But this guy's got a huge arm in Octavius Palmer, so they may just air it out and treat it like a punt. That's exactly what they're going to do. And he's got his man, and he caught it.
He's got a catch right there.
It's going to be very close to the first down. What a catch that was.
Teddy Harris.
Extra hang time for Teddy Harris, who you and I were talking earlier this week, Bob Tyler Toyota. Watch this.
And it looked like, I believe that's number 22.
Look at Harris just hangs in the air long enough to pull that in. Great catch. And it is a first down. A 26-yard gain when they needed 26.
23, Jordan Bradley undercut the route, and he shouldn't have, or he may have had a pick.
There's Ferrante Cutler with another big gain. And listen, Autauga, tough team to stop. Wow, what a conversion that was. Third and 26. They get exactly 26, move the chains, and they are in very good position now in the Synovus red zone. As a matter of fact, it's second down and 2 from the 15.
We've had a lot of third and 26s this year, and not very many have been converted. So it's pretty good to see that, hey, maybe there is no downage that they can be stopped with.
Well, it was a great pass, but I swear that catch from Teddy Harris was really impressive. Here's another big catch. Not going to get anywhere this time around. That's Raymond Cutler who pulled it in.
Yeah, Jacoby Jackson, you're not going to get away from those paws right there. That young man is a heck of a tackler.
So it's third down now, and again, about a yard.
You got Cutler to the top of the field there, one-on-one.
They're going to come right back at you here. That's Ferrante Cutler.
It's going to be a first down.
Yes, it is.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Cutler, if he's out there alone like that, run a little fade route to the outside against Mr. Bradley.
We have an injured Crusader on the field here. Let me see who that is. Looks like that's number 90 for Cat High. So that's Jamarvis Turner who's down.
Yeah, right there, that young man, Mr. Cutler. He's 250 pounds, if you didn't hear us earlier, so that's not your prototypical running back.
No. In fact, we were watching them warm up, and you were pointing out, said he's a lot bigger than the center, which is certainly not
the center's
norm.
210 pounds.
That's a big difference, yeah. Yeah. Hate to see Jamarvis here still on the turf with minute 19 to go, as you can see here in the first quarter. Both teams still have all their timeouts. This is Friday Night Rivals. Catholic High School is undefeated, but I think they're in for a real tough night tonight. Autauga is not going to go away easily, trying to spoil the party on homecoming here.
Yeah, we talk about Jamarvis Turner right there, the injured Crusader, and that young man is so important because he's just one of those power interior linemen that they have that's helping try to blow up this passing attack for Otago. And talking about Autauga, and like we said, a bunch of you may not know because they play in the Alabama Independent School Association. Autauga is a very talented team, and a lot of people may say, oh, well, they're a private school in Alabama, who cares? Well, you're seeing right now the talent that they have out there. The matter is, I think, for them is can they do it for 4 quarters and see the adjustments that Catholic will make.
They're going to get tired. A lot of them do play both ways. And worth noting, by the way, I mentioned earlier, just west of Prattville, it's about a 3-hour drive. They brought a nice little crowd. A lot of folks came down. That's good for them.
Well, when you go to the state championship for 3 years in a row, everybody buys into your program.
And win a couple of them. So it is a first and 10 now from Anderson Subaru in the Synovus red zone, right at about the 18, it looks like. Oh, And that's going to be picked off. So Octavius Palmer feels the rush, just throws a little lob pass, and that's a huge defensive play. That's Brian Mixon who picks it off there, and that one hurts.
Yeah, and Octavius Palmer trying to do too much. The pressure got in his face, and instead of throwing it at the foot of the receiver, he just panicked. And this young man's 6'4", so it's not like he can't throw it over the line. See him right here. Watch this in his face. Looks like Wayman Jordan's in his face. Man, you just cannot allow that to happen, especially in the red zone like that.
Very dangerous pass and a big turnover for Catholic High School. So now their offense is back out on the field. And, of course, their offense led by Colin Wibbs, the senior quarterback, just a terrific player. And, of course, we know, obviously, they've got those outstanding running backs in Jacoby Jackson and Wayman Jordan. And there it was again. This is Wayman Jordan. Is that not? You're shaking your head. Is that not Wayman Jordan? Oh, that's Jacoby. That's right. Jacoby Jackson. I knew it was one of the two, Jeff.
Hey, you got a 50-50 shot no matter what.
But if I got a 50-50 shot, why do I so regularly get it wrong? That's the bummer, you know? You think simple odds would work out occasionally. You know?
Story of my life.
Our good friends at math.com you think would come through for me. But
are they our good friends at math?
Yeah, well,
no, obviously not, because we're terrible at math.
Exactly.
They're not our good friends.
2nd and 6 now. And that's going to be Wayman Jordan this time. And boy, he's quick. And that's a first down from Anderson Subaru. And the Crusaders on the move with just under half a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, there's lightning right there. We talk about Jacoby Jackson being thunder and Wayman Jordan being lightning. And man, oh man, it's just so tough. And we can't say it enough. Both these young. Now, Wayman Jordan last year's a freshman when we had him on Friday Night Rivals. They were playing Plantation, and Plantation's one of the best 3A teams in the state. He just makes everybody he plays against seem so average.
Well, Wibbs wants to throw, and he's got a man wide open. Just let him a skosh too much. And so doesn't work out there. The intended receiver, I believe, was Seth Massey. That's one of 3 or 4 guys that Wibbs likes to throw to, but just let him a little bit too much.
Yeah, and you're talking about wide open. He could have easily lobbed that ball. Took a little bit off of it. He was trying to get to him quick, and I don't blame him on that. But take a little, make sure you get that pass completed because he had a lot of green in front of him.
That means that there weren't a lot of defenders? Is that what
that's correct.
Gotcha. Thank you. 2nd down and 10 now. Look at this. Wibbs going to throw again, coming right back this way.
What a stiff arm right there. Goodness gracious by Wayman Jordan. Look at that.
Yeah. So they're throwing a little bit more than I expected, certainly more than they have this season. But again, that's the end of the first quarter. This is something that Coach Adams talked about he's wanting to do, and it looks like he's testing that out a little bit this week. It's Friday Night Rivals. We have played 1 quarter. It is Catholic High School 10 and Autauga 6. We are back, folks. It's Friday Night Rivals, of course. We are so glad you are with us. Our friends at Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram sponsor this every single year, and that's a very good thing, and we're glad that they do it. Again, my apologies. I said Autauga. I will be honest with you. I have struggled with how to pronounce it, but it's simpler than it seems. It's just Autauga. You know, Jeff. You've got a history there. You've coached against them, yes, many times. Is that right? Tell us about that. Didn't you?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, played them in the state championship game, and that's why, you know, they've always been talented. I mean, that's why I say the private school teams, they're just always so good, and sometimes they don't get the respect they deserve, but you see tonight, they're hanging in there, making their statement.
Jacoby Jackson with another big run. Yeah, I know that, again, it's so impressive to say that this team has played in 3 state titles in a row, and 2 of them they won. They're the defending state champs. That's a 13-yard gain from Jacoby Jackson, but is it coming back?
It is coming back.
Ah, jeez. I missed the longer there.
Yeah, illegal motion right there, and I believe that's going to be on the young man, number 6, Demarius McGee.
Listen, Coach Adams was on to something when he mentioned the discipline. It's a problem for Catholic. You know, they are a senior-heavy team. They got lots of seniors, but they're making some mistakes, and that's the 6th penalty tonight against the Crusaders. So now 1st and 15.
Look at that, running that spread, the Wildcat right there.
So They get us fooled here. They give it to Jacoby Jackson. It looks like they put 3 receivers out here. You're sure they're going to pass it? And like, no. Now, would that have been called trips since it was 3 guys? What makes it trips?
When you look at trips, you've got 3 receivers stacked like that. When you look at,
they're going to be stacked.
Right. I'm sitting here trying to draw it and to show you and folks at home. Yeah, it's just like this I wrote on the paper.
I'm not asking for my benefit, Jeff. I'm hoping you'll explain it to those who might be tuning in.
Boy, it has not been our night.
You're like, Christian, I'll call you tomorrow and talk about it. I'm like, well, that's not helpful at all. 2nd down now and 12. Right at the 40. Oh, loose ball there, a high snap.
Go down. That's just one of those man-oh-man, you're Demarius McGee, don't make matters worse. And he took a big hit right there by Dominique Webster. You see the 6'4", 198 senior. And see the Bobsled Toyota instant replay. Mishandles the snap. But right here, just go down. There's 3 generals waiting on you.
So, Jeff, I want to talk about that play because obviously that's a loss of 12, but that's a direct snap to McGee there. He's not listed as a backup quarterback or anything. That's just clearly intended to get the ball in his hands quickly.
It's a Wildcat formation, and the Wildcat formation was years ago created by Arkansas. And it's basically where you put a running back or a speedy player in shotgun and basically try to just cut out the middleman being the quarterback, but also you can run put other receivers or running backs in motion. It's just there's so much speed right there. The defense has got to honor it one way or the other.
That was Wayman Jordan. Picked up a few, but not nearly enough. It was 3rd and very long. A 7-yard gain still means it's going to be 4th down at about 16. And that brings on the punting unit for the Catholic High Crusaders. And Darren Bredesen, who does all the kicking for Catholic. That's field goals, punts, kickoffs, everything. He's back. And looks like Autauga's got a shot to get back in this thing.
Looks like Catholic's going to call a timeout right here.
So if Arkansas created a Wildcat, they should have called it the Razorback. You can think about that when we come back. It's Friday Night Rivals, and we're going to take a commercial break because we got a timeout. Looks like Jeff's going to pick up the phone and Google it. So we're back. It's 4th and long, and the Crusaders are going to kick this away. So Autauga's going to get the ball back here. And for the break, you were talking about the Wildcat, and you said it was created at Arkansas. So I said, well, why don't they call it the Razorback?
So I have to step back on that. It was not created. It was perfected by Arkansas. Steve Spurrier actually created it when he was at South Carolina in 2005. Of course, there was different variations like back in the 1920s, but we don't care about that here, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Still interested. If it was oh, look at this, a lousy hop if you're a Catholic fan. Good news for Autauga, and they're going to once again get terrific field position. They've had great field position all night, and one of those times they were able to take advantage of it with a big touchdown.
Yeah, their average starting field position is close to the 50, about where they're at now for them. So it's been easy pickings.
Yep, they're right at the 45-yard line, trailing 10-6 here with 9:25 to go. And
so Jack's telling me in the truck, it's still not an explanation for the Wildcat.
Well, because if it was Steve Spurrier at South Carolina, then why don't they call it the Gamecock?
Well,
Google it again.
You know what? I'm going to have to go deep into
exactly. Somewhere
there
must be.
Google it.
Google it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, 1st and 10 here.
There's your Wildcat.
Yes, this is indeed. That is not Mr. Palmer. It's Teddy Harris who gets it. He's got a lot of room, folks. He's on his way now. A stutter step there and a big gain from Autauga there. That's a good-looking play.
Man, that young man can fly, Teddy Harris. And you see the different variations. And Autauga's getting creative. Expect a lot of this. They will find ways to get the ball to their playmakers. Oh, well, we can't get a pass off deep like that. That's fine. We'll find another way.
Stop and start. 22-yard gain.
We got some impressive athletes out here tonight.
Yeah, that was an awesome play. So it was a direct snap to Ferrante Cutler, who gets it to Harris, who picks up 22, and now it's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10. Once again, this time Ferrante is going to keep it himself. He jumps a guy. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Ferrante Cutler is going high, and that's a big play. So Autauga looking good.
Yeah, 5'10", 250 right there, and that 250 is not an exaggeration. It's a big old boy.
Yes, he is.
And when he can hurl you like that, that's danger.
And by the way, I believe we're streaming tonight live on WEARTV.com. So if you would like to see it and you're like, gosh darn it, I'm not in front of my TV. I'd rather be watching this, but I'm out here. Pull up your phone, hit up WEARTV.com every Friday night. We've got you live. Second down now and 5. Cutler going to keep it again, but he's not going anywhere. Big defensive play there. So Octavius Palmer, the quarterback for Autauga, but all of a sudden we're seeing nothing but direct snaps now to Fronte Cutler. Are these even considered direct snaps at this point, or is he just playing quarterback?
Well, that's still a direct snap right there in that Wildcat style formation. I'm interested though, because I don't see Octavius Palmer. There he is. Okay. I was
Thought maybe
say
he was injured?
Yeah, didn't know because they had another quarterback warming up on the sideline there, and wasn't sure if something had happened to him. But
he's back on the field now, and this is going to be 3rd down and 7 from the 30-yard line. Got his man wide open.
Wow,
That's a beautiful pass. He is great, man. This guy can really throw.
If you can give him just enough time, and great job by that O-line of the Autauga Generals right there. Just enough time right there. He knows who he wants. He's got to let the route develop. Great. Look at that.
You're right, he knew who he wanted. I mean, he was looking at him the whole time. And that's going to be an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10 now at the 23-yard line.
So Palmer he does have something wrong, as we saw him limp off. I'm not sure if it's a foot injury, but we saw him limp off. So I'm guessing they got a backup quarterback in now.
And maybe what they're going to do is bring him in when they really need pass. That's Trayshawn Freeman now, I believe, who's in at quarterback for Autauga. And he's going to keep it. And he's got a little bit of room himself, gets down to the 10.
Yeah, no shortage of speed for either one of these teams tonight.
No kidding. No kidding. It's 10-6 with 10:23 to go here in the first half. Catholic High School up.
And a lot similar to Catholic, you see Bobby Carr over there giving the young man the play after every down.
Bobby Carr, the head coach of Otago. You said he's had a lot of success.
A lot of success, and he was at Edgewood Academy before he went to Otago and had a lot of success there, winning a few state titles.
Well, that's successful.
Yep.
A few state titles. Second down now and 7. And again, this is the new quarterback, Trayshawn Freeman.
Wow, what a play call right there. We talk
Big
about
time.
it being interesting.
Yep, that's going to be a 1st and goal now in the Synovus red zone. A beautiful play there, and that's Raymond Cutler, who gets some big yardage.
Watch
there.
this. I think you're going to hand it off to Cutler, and the other Cutler gets it.
I'm telling you, man, these plays are tricky. It's hard. Like you told me before the game, you warned me that some of these plays are going to be hard to tell exactly how things are developing. And there's no. I should go down and ask him to make things easier. It's hard for me to do this. You think would that be okay? 1st and goal now.
Same play right there, and Cutler gets around the edge, and he's going to put it in.
Touchdown.
Same exact play they just ran, and hey, there you go. You see the speed of Raymond Cutler, the senior, 5'11", 180. Now, last week he had 5 catches for 192 yards and 3 touchdowns against Tuscaloosa Academy. And
here's the play. Beautifully done.
They got him cut off.
Man, that's a great looking play.
Still finds a way. Great job.
So now that's going to make it 12-10 in favor of Autauga, and they're going to come out now to kick this extra point. Or maybe they're going to go for 2. Let's see here.
Yep, the Palmer's in the game, so they're going to go for 2 right here.
And remember, their extra point attempt was blocked earlier, so perhaps they just want to get back to the usual score you'd expect after a touchdown. 14. We'll see here. Beautiful throw.
Back shoulder
great
throw.
Catch. Wow.
Dominique Webster.
Woo.
Boy, that is just pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
When we talk about a back shoulder throw, it's where the receiver or the corner would have to come through you. What a great job and great reception right there.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you that Octavius Palmer, for the quarterbacks we've seen this year, he throws it better than any of them. This guy looks incredible. So just like that, Autauga is up 14-10. It is Friday Night Rivals brought to you by Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 6:20 to go. We'll be right back with a kickoff. We are back live, folks. It's Friday Night Rivals, and there you can see the man who scored just moments ago. That's Octavius Palmer, just this impressive quarterback who I think got injured. He was hobbling. They took him out for a few plays, but whenever they need a big pass, he's coming in. And moments ago, we saw that 2-point conversion, and that's just a perfect pass that he threw behind him. As you said, Jeff, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah, the back shoulder throw right there, and you see why the young man. And keep in mind, he only had 13 completions. Of course, he only passed 21 times. He was 13 of 21 for 327 yards last week and 4 touchdowns against a Tuscaloosa Academy team, which is no slouch.
So we're ready for the kickoff here as the Crusaders are going to do their best to turn things around just a little bit. Looks like for Catholic they've got Bryant Mixon back deep. Check that. Sorry, that's Darius McGee, but it's not going to matter. Oof. Bring down Michael Archie. Michael Archie's had his hands on the ball a few times tonight. Doesn't do much with that, though, as a fine defensive play. By the way, I should tell you this. To me, the most shocking thing that we're seeing tonight, there's rain in the area. Jeff, it's been a while.
I know. I got an alert on my phone that rain was near. I didn't even look at it. I don't believe it.
Dude, I had a friend text me a minute ago saying it was raining at her place out near Milton, and I was like, I thought she was kidding, so I called up the radar. It's a big deal. It's been a while.
So how about the young man that made the tackle right there on special teams for the Generals? Number 22, Willie Willis. How about that name?
Well, Willie Willis with a big play, but I thought we were going to talk more about the rain.
I mean, I just don't believe it's there. I believe that's fake news.
Not, I can't keep myself away from the weather, I suppose. All right, so Catholic High ready to go, 1st and 10.
Boy, look at the hole young man runs through. Jeez.
That's another big one for Michael Archie. He's sort of like the third weapon. You know, that's an 11-yard gain and an Anderson Subaru first down. You know, we talk a lot about Wayman Jordan, of course, and Jacoby Jones, but you can't forget about Michael Archie. He's got several hundred yards this year, and obviously he's come up big tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Jacoby Jackson and Wayman Jordan get all the love there, but Michael Archie, he's kind of that silent.
Things open up nicely for him. This time around, it's going to be Jacoby, and he's still on his feet. Gosh, he's tough to bring down. And that's going to be another 1st and 10 now, crossing midfield onto the Autauga side there, and it's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10. Catholic is on the move. The clock is ticking. 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. 14-yard gain there from Jacoby Jackson. It's now down to the 46-yard line. Play clock at 20. We've seen a couple of delayed games tonight, but they were both on Autauga. Once again, that's going to be Jacoby Jackson again. He picks up a couple there. I thought, they didn't have it back. I thought we were going to see Colin throw, but they had it all figured out. They keep it on the ground a whole lot.
Yeah, don't get crazy here. They've already thrown like 4 times today.
They have. They did throw more, I think, in the first quarter, perhaps, than they have in any first quarter all season long. So that's a pickup of about 4 yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and 6 now.
I will say, coming into tonight, Webbs has attempted 44 passes, which I don't know if Catholic threw it 44 times all last year. So trying to balance out that offense a little bit.
Yeah, and he has 4 different guys he likes to throw to. So they do have those options. And as you said, when you have 2 terrific running backs like they do, here's another big play. See you later. Yep, forget about it. That's going to be a touchdown for Michael Archie. We've been calling his name a lot. And, he says, hey, don't forget me. Big play from scrimmage there. A huge run, and that's going to be another 41-yard touchdown. The second 41-yard touchdown we've seen tonight.
So you watch the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay, and he stiff arms his own guy, Demarius McGee, into the opposing defender right there and knocks him down. Hey, use what you got right there, young man. Great job.
That was awesome, and that'll bring Bredesen out now to attempt this extra point. Catholic now up 16-14. Kick is up, and it's good. 17-14 now. The score here from Gorecki LeBeau Stadium, and we're going to keep it right here now as they will reset, and we'll get ourselves another kickoff. Perhaps we got a shot at the Marines now on the sidelines. I know Clayton Habecker been following this all season long, so the Brownsville Welding sideline report with Clayton Habecker.
Guys, I'm down here with Staff Sergeant Harvell with the Marine Corps doing the coin tosses for us. Now, you were telling me a little bit earlier about a scholarship and a deadline you guys got coming up you're giving out. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. So it's the NROTC scholarship. It's $180,000 to any big school that has a ROTC program. And the deadline for it to apply is October 12th. All you got to do is go to Google and Google NROTC scholarship application and take you right to the website.
Well, thank you, Guy. Thank you and the Marine Corps for everything you do for us, doing the kickoffs and everything. Back over to you guys.
Thanks, Clayton. Appreciate that very much. And So 17-14 is our score. We've got ourselves a close one, an exciting game. Catholic High School undefeated, 5-0. Autauga Academy is 3-1, as we've pointed out now a couple of times. Dan Shugart was nice enough to text me and remind me that while Autauga does have one loss, it was to a very good Vernon team, ranked, I believe, 4th in the state. So it was 44-42, so it was a very close game. Not a bad loss if you're Autauga, and that's why we knew tonight could be really interesting.
Oh, yeah, it's athletes versus athletes tonight.
So here we go again. Another pooch kick, as you said, but that's going to go right to Ferrante, who bobbles it, and it looks like Catholic may have it. No, Autauga keeps it.
Well, how did Autauga get on that ball?
I don't know, but man, that hits Ferrante in the hands. He needs to pull that in, not able to do so. Not giving it up.
Who is Mr. Johnny on the spot? And of course,
that was
who else than Raymond Cutler. Let's see how he gets this ball. Ball bounces up.
Oh, man. Woo.
Oh, there it is. He
had it, just kind of fell over it there. So
Javian Smith, looks like when he was going down, he kind of lost it. And
so a big break there for Autauga Academy, because they are going to get to keep the ball now, and late in the second quarter, they'd love to move this thing. Now, Catholic won the coin toss and deferred, so we know the Crusaders are going to get the ball first. There's right at the 30-yard line, by the way. There's a little yellow plastic football on the field. The cheerleaders are throwing that out tonight here. But she scurries on there, and there you go. Gets it off the field just in time. Well done. The Cat High cheerleaders are always on the spot. Looks like we've got our water break here with 4:18 to go, but yeah, we're going to stay right here, and perhaps we can.
No, it looks like we're re-kicking.
Oh, check that.
Didn't get the call on the field. Not 100% sure of what happened.
Well,
not sure if it was offsides or what it was on the Crusaders.
So after all that, in the mishandle from Ferrante and the fumble and the recovery, none of it ends up mattering. So now from the 40-yard line, we're going to see another kick. And if I'm Ferrante Cutler, I am ready for this one.
Yep.
This time they do kick it a little bit deeper. But it's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be another penalty. We've seen a lot of that this year.
Yeah, it just goes to say, and you see, some people are like, why don't they just kick it deep? Well, it's respect of out of who's back there to return it. And sometimes you overthink it. You keep trying to pooch punt or this or that, and then maybe you miss kick it, and you get good field position here and there. Listen, that's just saying, hey, listen, that guy back there is really good. We don't trust our return or our punt or kickoff team to go cover it. We're not even going to give them a chance. We're going to take the ball out of their hands. We would rather them have it at the 35 than running down the sideline for a touchdown.
All right, here we go. From scrimmage now. Is that Ferrante again?
That is.
How could I mistake?
I'm about to say,
who else
did you think it? What other 250-pound running back?
I thought it was either three guys or Ferrante Cutler. I couldn't tell. But he's not able to do anything. He loses a couple of yards, so a fine play from the Cat ID, and that's second down now.
Another stop by Jaden Payne, the junior, and you see him. Well, he's having a little fun down there, especially when you stop a guy that weighs as much as you do just about.
There's Palmer. When he's throwing it, look out. He's got a man, but he throws it out of bounds. He had Teddy out there. Teddy Harris was open, but he just threw it away. He was under immense pressure.
And boy, at Catholic, it's on the edges there. Just look like they're kind of confused of sorts. As we just saw right there, number 2, Mr. Keaton Ackermite kind of pointed to the safety. Thought he had safety help over the top, but he wasn't there. And if Teddy Harris would have just ran it down the field, and Palmer could have just tossed it up to him. And we've seen that wide open receiver for the Generals tonight quite a few times.
So now it's 3rd and 12, and an opportunity for Catholic here. They still got 2 timeouts, 3:42 to go. If they can get a stop, they're going to get their offense back on the field. And remember, they receive the second half. So a big play here for Catholic, for sure. Palmer's just got, he's got
Webster.
a man way, boy. Had a man wide open downfield.
Dominique Webster again.
Overthrew him just a bit, so that'll bring up 4th down, and it is going to be a punting situation here.
Great job by the O-line for Autauga, leaving him all this time, and man, that safety's got to get back there. He can't allow him to be open like that, and there's that big arm we talked about from Palmer. He is not scared to show it off.
I couldn't be more impressed with this kid. He's really something. But they are going to have to punt this away. So it's going to be 4th down and 4th and long. Catholic's got an opportunity.
Good punt right there.
Great punt, gets out of bounds. So Brian Mixon not able to do anything with it, but Catholic might be able to with 3:28 to go. That was a big stop for them. They needed that. Again, they still have a couple of timeouts, and now they're going to start with some pretty good field position, Jeff.
Yeah, and like you said, they get the ball to start the second half as well. So if they can put another score on the board and go up by 10 right here, boy, that'd be just what the doctor ordered for them.
It's an opportunity, no doubt about that. They're going to start this drive at the 39-yard line.
Here's where I think you start to see guys put their hands on their hips. If you're Autauga, so many guys playing both ways right there. And I mean, we have both teams playing both ways, but it's kind of a who's more well conditioned at this point.
And as we talked about, Autauga's got some guys playing both ways. So even under the best of conditions, you're just going to get tired. It's a big play. That's Jacoby Jackson, who he's just looking at this point for contact. Another big play there.
I mean, what can you say about the young man that you haven't already said multiple times tonight? He just has vision. And the thing to me that sets him apart from other running backs we have in the area, because we have some talent in the area for sure.
No doubt.
I think it's that step when he puts that foot in the ground, how quick he reacts and how quick he can cut back upfield. He just takes it to a whole nother level.
So it is a first down now. It's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 3:20 to go. Oh, terrific defensive play there. Wibbs had his man, but not able to complete the pass. He was looking for Demarius McGee, and that's a fine defensive play.
Dominique Webster, and how many we've said his name on offense and defense. That young man is having a heck of a night. Just, hey, that's great vision. Trying to get upfield, can't get there. Use your hands, especially when you're 6'4" like he is.
So second down now and 10. Yep. Now hold on. What's the pink flag?
I believe the pink flag is because it's Breast
Is it
Cancer
because-
Awareness Month.
okay, I
Now
didn't know that.
there is some yellow, and I'm not sure if they just changed them on us because they were throwing
Right,
yellow
we saw
flags
yellow
earlier.
before, but it's funny. My first thought was, I wonder if that's for breast cancer awareness, and I guess it is. But right, the first quarter they were all yellow. Well, either way, that's cool. Penalty on the Crusaders now puts them back a little bit, so back to the 39-yard line, 2nd and 15. Oh, that is so tricky, but that's Michael Archie who picks up a few. I don't know. You mentioned, Tommy Thrall, of course, who did what I'm doing before I did it here for Friday Night Rivals, and now does baseball for the Cincinnati Reds. Eminently talented. You said that when you and he would talk about this offense, it was tricky to follow the ball, and he told you, said, you really just have to look at this in a completely different way because it really is tough. What did he say?
He said the focus is when you play something like this. Of course, he covered UWF football as well, and we see Wibbs roll out right here for another pass.
And he's got his man. Oh, woo!
Wow, almost
picked off. Wow. An athletic play there, but not quite to be. But that was Kieran Long who nearly had the pickoff, and that's going to bring up 4th down. But Tommy said you just look at the ball, just follow the ball.
Right, you've got to watch the football of all things. Looks like we may have a flag right here. And we are. It's going to be a hold against the Crusaders, and I would imagine, it's going to be.
They've declined that, so it'll bring up 4th and 10. And now with 2:18, Autauga has an opportunity because we know they can score quick.
Right. But, Tommy covers UWF football. He did a little bit of everything right here in Pensacola area. And, of course, UWF will play some teams that would run a similar style. And he said, listen, you've got to watch the ball. Don't watch the motion.
Yep.
Once you see the ball given to somebody, then you can back yourself up, back your eyes up, and then watch the play. He said, otherwise, you'll be guessing the whole night.
Yep. It's good advice. I'm still need to do that. Ooh, big punt. That's Bredesen who. Oh, look at this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
A little bit of a hole here.
Oh, boy, and he's got the side.
Huge return.
He's got a block right there.
This is Teddy Harris off to the races all the way down to the 31-yard line. Wow. That was a big-time play on what was a really good punt. But the way he fielded that was brilliant. He caught it and just took off, and a couple of guys just like that were behind him. Watch this.
Javian Smith right there, the junior, is the one that made the touchdown-saving tackle.
Look at this.
Watch this
right through him, just like that. And then he had a real good chance. So, again, that's a great play from Teddy Harris, who's been all over the field all night long.
Boy, Coach Adams is going to he's going to get into some guys in the film room for that one right there.
But it looks like it was a penalty, and it's all coming back.
Of course. Why would it not be a penalty tonight?
It's amazing. All year this has happened. We'll go on and on about a big play, and then we'll look up and we'll see everybody walking.
Hey, we get just as caught up as everybody else here watching the football game.
What happens actually, just for people who are wondering, you and I end up looking at the monitor on the replay, so we're looking at that, and then we look up and we see them walking backwards. So that is what leads to that mistake that's been our staple.
Autauga's got 2 minutes, and they have a quick strike offense. They will throw it deep, and they are not scared to, but it looks like they're going to bring out a little bit of a wildcat formation with Tyshawn Freeman.
Tyshawn is a backup quarterback. He's going to keep it there and picks up about 4 or 5. We talked about Octavius Palmer, who's a great quarterback, but we don't have a confirmation. He may have a little bit of an injury. I mean, he's still coming in, but he's not playing nearly as much. And as talented as he is, they want him on the field.
Yeah, and he wants to be on the field too, especially with the spectacular job he's done so far tonight. Maybe they try to get it in his range where he can throw.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but maybe throw like a Hail Mary. But they still got 2 minutes. Plenty of time, and they've got a lot of breakaway guys out there on the edges.
Yeah. So second down, that's a gain of 5, and it's second down now. And Freeman, the quarterback still. He's going to be under some pressure, dumps it off there. That's Jacurian Willis who makes the catch.
Looks like he slipped and went to a knee there.
So it's interesting. Freeman, the backup quarterback, but they're willing to let him throw it too. So third down and about 7, it looks like.
Yeah, what a blow to Autauga's offense there. If Palmer can't go the rest of the night, because he's been the difference maker for him.
For sure. Honestly, I hope he can. He's fun to watch. I'm trying to look on the bench just to see if I can spot him.
Yeah, he's standing over there behind Coach Bobby Carr.
Is he?
Yeah. Oh, he's close to Coach Carr. You know that.
Well, the fact that he's standing is a good thing. Looks like we've got a timeout now from Autauga, so they're going to use one of their timeouts here with 1:15 to go. Catholic High School up 17-14. The halftime may be just a little bit longer than the norm. It's homecoming here tonight at Catholic High School. I remember in the old days, those homecoming halftimes were always a little bit longer.
Look at those glasses right there in the student section.
Love it.
Didn't you come up with those back when you were in school?
The Comfort Dental Smile Cam, and kids got it. Looks like the Riddler.
It does, indeed.
Who else we got? Anybody else in the stands? This one kid's becoming a star. It's a packed house, and it was interesting. It was a packed house well before the game too.
That's one thing. Catholic,
you hear that?
Boy,
Roger Daltrey at the Who.
Catholic always packs their house pretty well here, no matter what sport it is, and they have a lot of success, no matter if it's football, basketball, baseball. With Coach LeBounty, we talked to him before the game. Man, he's so much fun to talk to.
He is. Coach LeBounty, I've known him for a long time. Sister Kirsten, of course, the incredible principal here at Catholic High School. My freshman year was her first year here. She's a miraculous woman. Third down now, and got his man. That's going to be an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10. So a fine pass there from Tyshawn Freeman. That'll move the chains with 1:10 to go.
Yeah, again, Dominique Webster been the target of choice here lately. Of course, when you're 6'4", why not?
Right at midfield, quite literally on the 50. Clock is running. Under a minute to go now. Freeman has to reach for the snap. He's able to pull it in. Just live to fight another day there. Picks up a couple of yards, but there were Crusaders all over.
Yeah, and one thing to mention is we see Palmer on the sideline behind Coach Carr over there. He does not have his helmet in his hand, so I don't think we're going to see him for a while.
Nope. So 34 seconds left, and we've got another timeout here on the field with second down and 8. You got some scores?
Yeah, we talked about that Baker score earlier. Well, how about now? Baker 55, Freeport 12 in the fourth quarter.
So they just started early.
Well, we started at 7:30.
Yeah.
So who knows? But it's a running clock as well over there. So
yeah.
West Florida 14, Niceville 21. West Florida, I tell you what, they've struggled this year, but fighting hard there in Niceville. Navarre 10, Tate 0 in the third quarter. Washington 13, Milton 7 at half. Northview's up on Walton 19-3, another big district game for them. Bayside is playing Flomaton, and Bayside's up 14-12 at half, and Escambia's up big 48-7 over Pace.
You know, folks, you can pay it forward with Channel 3 News and Hill Kelly Dodge Chrysler Jeep brand. Of course, Hill Kelly Dodge, the sponsors of Friday Night Rivals. Do you know someone who is making a difference in the community, extending a helping hand to others? Someone who just makes our community a better place? Well, describe in 400 words or fewer how the nominee is making a difference in the community, and you can help them pay it forward and win big. So check that out. Details at weartv.com/contests.
Yeah, Jacarian Willis right there on the rushing attempt, and third down, going to be a 3rd and long, but I don't think it really matters when there's 30 seconds left here. If anything, if you're Autauga, run a sideline play to get you the 1st down, stop that clock, and then get back up there, and you've got a few plays, and you still got 2 timeouts to play with, or 1 timeout to play with. See if you can get some points on the board.
3rd and 7 now, and Freeman under some real pressure. But he's got a man. He's able to escape the pressure. If he can get out of bounds, he says, I'm not getting out of bounds. I've got still something to do here. Listen to me. He should get out of bounds. I'll just let them play. A huge play there. Yeah, Jacarian Willis with a big opportunity.
And we talk about it. There is no shortage of explosive players here on either one of these teams. And, man, oh, man, that's a huge play for them because now – they got a couple plays to deal with, and they also have a timeout.
It's a 26-yard gain, and they're down 3 with 18.6. And the Emma Windland is the field goal kicker for Autauga. So they do have a female field goal kicker. Very cool. We saw her on the extra point earlier in the game. That got blocked, but I'd love to see her get another shot at a field goal to tie this thing up.
Absolutely.
Got a flag on the play.
Of course.
Nothing doing here. May has had some movement. There could be a false start. At the man in the white hat. Yep, false start it is. So got to back him up just a little bit here.
But, you know, and to a point, that may kind of benefit Autauga the way they want to try to spread you out and find an open space there. And so I don't think this is a big deal necessarily to them losing 5 yards because they've only got a few plays left anyway.
You know what always bugs me? So it was 18 point something, right? And then there's a false start, which means the penalty came before the play. So why? But then the clock rolls off, and they keep the time off. That always bothers me. It should go back to where it was.
It should.
See that at all levels, not just in high school. It drives me nuts. Freeman going to roll out here. He's really good at buying time. This could get picked off, folks.
And
it will. So a huge play there. He's going to.
Well, he's going to be down about the 1 yard line, and uh-oh. I mean, that may be a big play, but now you've got to make sure you get the snap, and then you got to make sure you can't just take a knee. You've got to move the ball forward and get yourself out of the end zone. Regardless, this is the 2nd time Autauga's been in the red zone and just throws the ball up for grabs.
Truly. Quite literally just throws a lob, and both times it falls right into the arms of a Catholic High Crusader, and that's a huge turnover. We were sitting here talking about them scoring, possibly kicking that field goal to tie things up, but not going to work out that way. So now they are all the way back, though, at about the half-yard line. Probably enough time for one play, and Catholic does have to be careful here.
Yeah, and that'll be Catholic's 10th interception this year. So they're averaging about 2 a game. Well, they've already got their 2 so far.
By the way, they have 10 penalties tonight. So he may just run around and throw it away. No, they're gonna hand it off.
I do not like running that ball out of the shotgun when you're backed up in your end zone like that.
But it works out. That will be the end of the first half. It is Catholic High School 17, Autauga now 14. So an exciting first half. We saw several big plays, and we will try, as we always do, to talk to the coach, Matt Adams, if we can. There's an injured Autauga player on the field, by the way. I mean, I know it's halftime, but he's still down back near the goal line. That's number 22.
Nathan Williams right there.
And he's hurting.
Key really player for him on the defense.
Yeah, so let's go down to Clayton Habecker now for the Brownsville Welding Sideline Report. He's got Coach Matt Adams for Catholic.
Guys, I'm down here with Coach Adams. Small lead going into halftime. How important is it for you and your team to be playing in front of this homecoming crowd tonight?
Oh, it's a great crowd, a lot of community support. Appreciate everybody coming out, but hopefully we can give a better effort here in the second half for them.
Speaking of the better effort, what's the main key things you're looking for from your team in the second half?
We're just sloppy offensively. We got some penalties. We put the ball on the ground. You can't do that versus a good team. That's a good team over there across from us. So defensively, we got to do a better job in coverage. You know, they're throwing the ball on us pretty well. So got to tighten it up and have a better second half.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you in the second half.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Clayton. And no surprise, Jeff, that he keys in on the penalties there because they had 10 in the first half. And I told you earlier in the week when he and I spoke, he talked about the fact that that's been their biggest problem is that they're undisciplined. They're getting a lot of penalties, and we saw that all over the field tonight.
Yeah, it's one thing we were talking to him before the game. He just was nervous about it. You knew that he knew this was a good team in Autauga, but hopefully they can clean it up and have a clean second half, and we'll have a good ball game.
That would be good news if you're a Catholic High Crusader fan. But for now, we're going to go to break. You can see they're setting up for the homecoming festivities. It's a big night here at Gorecki-LeBeau Stadium. Homecoming night at Catholic High School. The Crusaders pleasing the crowd so far, up 17-14. We are live, folks. It's Friday Night Rivals. Of course, our halftime report always presented by Andy Citron, and we appreciate that very much. Out on the field, the homecoming festivities have begun. Several of the Catholic high school football players are out there, and in the old days, we would always make sure they went first so that they could get back into the locker room and hear what Coach had to say. But it's halftime here. It's a great night. You can see some of the students being honored. I'm glad we're here tonight, able to show you some of this. And it was always so fun. Big crowd on hand. By the way, also a big crowd here for Autauga. They always like to come watch Catholics halftime. Just kidding. Oh man, listen, it's going to be a fun halftime show, but we always like to honor these terrific students every single week, as you know, with the Scholar Athlete presentation presented by Levin Law, and we sure appreciate that. Starting quarterback Colin Wibbs is the Scholar Athlete. He carries a 4.6 grade point average. That must be nice. Very impressive. Of course, we know he's a big football player. He's the starting quarterback, for goodness sakes, but it doesn't end there. He also plays baseball for the Crusaders, and let's hear from him now. Our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Colin Wibbs.
So great to be honored, and I'd like to thank my parents, all my teachers at Catholic High School. And I'd like to thank Levin Papantonia for sponsoring the award.
I'm attorney Steve Luonga with Levin Papantonia. And at Levin Papantonia, we understand the value of education and teamwork that is gained through high school sports. That's why we are a proud supporter of student athletes everywhere.
But yeah, I did participate in sports. I went to Pensacola High School, as a matter of fact, back in the 60s. Played baseball for Fred Waters, who's a well-known baseball coach around here. Teamwork, that's the main thing that's to be learned from team sports. And nobody can do anything on their own. You need somebody to help you. And that's a great lesson to learn for anybody in life.
Josh Davis. Year up there running the ball. This is their second attempt on third down in this game. They failed on the first one. They deliver on the second. Deep ball is caught by Cannon DeVries, and he scores. 83 yards.
Right now, they're just thinking 15. Pressure on, and look at that move. A jump up in the air, and then the hit as well, too, by Colton Rupp. Dotzler's going to keep it. He's to the 10. Cuts it back to the 5. What a cut from Dotzler in for the touchdown from 13 yards out.
Third down. Against the four-man rush, they set up the screen. Kalala gets past one man. A second. Luke Kalala. Can he win the race to the end zone? Yes, sir. Touchdown for Kalala. 53 yards.
When we take a look at the replay, Lawless just steps back, drops a dime over the left shoulder. The wide receiver there for Camden, number 9. Just
close to being out of bounds. They had to look at it, talk about it was close to get that left foot out of bounds. I think he stayed in.
Earn your career in a year at Laughlin Technical College. The mission of Laughlin Tech is to prepare students for current and emergent high-demand careers through collaboration with community stakeholders. Expanding opportunities and access to training programs will provide a talent pipeline to meet regional workforce demands. From automotive to welding and legal administrative specialist, go to laughlintech.com for information about classes and registration.
We are back now, folks. Halftime here, and good to have you with us. 17-14. The homecoming festivities continue. There you are, looking at the homecoming king and queen. And the king may look familiar. He's had a big night. That's Michael Archie, of course. And I wish I had that queen's name for you. If we happen to get it, we'll most definitely say it. There you can see just to the left there of Michael is quarterback Colin Wibbs, who is out there along with many other of the Crusaders here tonight on homecoming night. And that's good, man. A lot of good memories there. Great to see it. And your homecoming king and queen. And I can tell you when they announced Michael won there a moment ago, place went crazy, man. He is clearly beloved. So it's a fun night here at Catholic High School. We are live, and it's been an exciting game. Catholic up 17-14, but certainly they've got their work cut out for them. Here are some of the highlights here, Jeff, in the first half. And that guy's tough to bring down. That's Raymond Jordan, who had a huge run, and you can see he just kept on coming. Meanwhile, this was a great-looking play. 41-yard touchdown strike from Autauga. It was 3-0 when this happened, so that put them up 7-3. Not to be outdone, the Crusaders with the wide open touchdown there. A rarely seen touchdown pass from the Crusaders. And again, Autauga just keeps on coming. And you can see that incredible catch. That was on a 3rd and 26. And they got exactly 26, but then turned it over. We saw 2 of those in the first half, sort of lob passes that just led to turnovers. And this is a gentleman, he's had a huge night. That's Teddy Harris for Otago. Really, really quick. At the end of the first half, had that big kickoff return. So again, just big play after big play. Here you can see another one. And that was the second touchdown. At that time, Otago was leading it. And then this big play, impressive, just an awesome run from your homecoming king, Michael Archie. That also was a 41-yard touchdown. And just like that, we end at our current score, 17-14. The Brownsville welding team brings us our sideline reports, and they're going to do that right now. Let's go back to Clayton Habecker.
Hey, guys, I'm down here with Assistant Principal Edler. Tell me a little bit about Catholic High School and what makes it important to you.
Well, I graduated from here back in '93, and it's the same as it was back then. It's a family, and I know you hear that, and so often people say that it's a family, but until you come in and you're a part of that, you don't realize it, and that's what people express that all the time, how good they feel about being here and how much a part of this family they are.
Now, speaking of homecoming, tell me a little bit about what that means to you coming back and being here for a homecoming football game.
Oh, it's fun every year. Yeah, I work with the seniors and putting on homecoming and everything, and it's a great event. You know, you see our student body that's here, and they're always supportive of our teams, and it's even more special when it's homecoming.
One last thing for you. What is the one thing you want people to know about Catholic High School?
We put out great people. We have great students that come to us who make coming to work every day a great experience, and when they leave here, they're even better than what they were when they got here.
Well, thank you so much. You are one of those great people and being great hosts to us here at Friday Night Rivals. So back over to you guys.
Thank you, Clayton. Appreciate that. That's Jim Edler. I went to high school with, I know him as Jimmy. He was, as he said, class of 93. I was class of 92. And he's gone on to become the assistant principal here. And he's right. It is a family. And I'm proud to be a member of that family. And certainly glad you guys are watching us tonight. We're going to go to break here. A couple minutes left here in the half. We'll be right back. It's Friday Night Rivals. Friday Night Rivals, folks. It's 17-14, Catholic High School leading here. There's just under 3 minutes officially left. This halftime a little longer than most, and that's because, of course, it's the homecoming festivities. But that's all over now, and Catholic is back on the field. Have not yet seen Autauga Academy, so of course they may have hung out in the locker room knowing that it was homecoming. Let's take a look at some of the stats from the first half. You can see passing yardage, no surprise here, heavily weighted, Jeff, on the side of Autauga. We know they have a big passing game, and Catholic does not throw it very much, so 134 yards to 36, not surprising.
Yeah, exactly like you said, what we thought it was going to be. What we didn't think it was going to be is there at the bottom, 17 penalties in the first half, and there was a couple that were declined, by the way, but you see the 2 turnovers we talk about with Autauga, and I think that's the difference in the game. 2 red zone turnovers for Autauga. Just throwing the ball up for grabs right there is and credit the D-line of Catholic. Getting some pressure on them, but I think it's going to be interesting to see if Octavius Palmer comes out for Autauga or not. And I think if not, Catholic's just got to attack because they got to understand, hey, it's just not the same.
Right, we're talking about the starting quarterback for Autauga, Octavius Palmer, just a terrific passing quarterback, has a huge arm. But about midway through the second, we noticed he was not in the game. He did play a couple more plays, but certainly was not the regular quarterback. They did move on to their backup. But we do know he's still out there. He's holding his helmet, so, maybe he's going to get out there. But you can see it looks like even there he's hobbling just a little bit. And he may be done, I hope not.
That's not a good sign when coach comes over there, grabs your helmet from you, and taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, man, I know you want to get in there, but we got to have you healthy for the rest of the year.
Yeah,
and that's going to put it on Trayshawn Freeman, and he's done a good job. I mean,
he has.
But he is no Octavius Palmer. But right there, he's a very good, serviceable quarterback. He's got a big arm, too. He's quick. He can run when he needs to. And I think it doesn't really matter because it's a plug-and-play system for Coach Carr. And they still got Teddy Harris. They got Raymond Cutler. They still got Ferrante Cutler as well. They've got tons of athletes out there.
Yep, and again, Trayshawn there. He is a senior, too, so he does have a lot of experience, maybe not as a starting quarterback, but he did all right in the first half. And again, it's 17-14, so certainly this is a very good game. And you can see Autauga obviously is back out now and stretching, getting ready here for the second half. The crowd is pumped. We talked about it earlier that Autauga traveled nicely. I would say it was the parents of the players, but Jeff, I think it's a whole lot more than that. They brought a lot of folks down, and that's about a 3-hour drive. That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, both sides here are packed, and we talk about you being from Catholic, the tradition they've had here, and they pack out all their sports. But it's going to be an interesting second half.
The Brownsville Welding sideline report all night long, all season long. Let's go back now to Clayton Habecker.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Coach Carr. Close game going into halftime. Tell me a little bit. At the top of the show, we talked about how you guys came down 3 hours. This is not a typical road game for you guys. How did you get the team mentally ready for that?
Well, we knew we had a tough challenge. Our kids have been focused all week. We just made too many mistakes first half, Two interceptions on first down in the red zone. You can't do that against a very good team, and we've had a couple of bad snaps. I mean, things that you usually see maybe week one, you don't usually see it this in the middle of the season. So I think the mistakes we made, we can fix. Our quarterback went down, loved him to death, hurt his hip. Doubt he's back for the second half, so Ty Freeman will be our quarterback second half.
Like I said, close game. You guys are trying to play homecoming spoilers. What's the biggest adjustment you need to make in the second half?
Well, we just got to hold on the football and do what we do. And, like I said, they're a very, very good team. I mean, well-known, and I'd like to think we are too in our state. So, again, it's going to come down to turnovers and taking care of the football and all that good stuff in the second half. Playing assignment football on defense. Their offense is pretty explosive. They got a lot of weapons. So we got a tough task, but you know what? This is why we come down here to do this. We wanted this fight, so hopefully it'll be a good second half for us.
Thank you so much, Coach Carr. Best of luck to you in the second half. Back up to you guys.
Coach Bobby Carr from Autauga there and Clayton. So a couple of things worth noting there. One, we get the confirmation on Octavius Palmer. So he hurts his hip, and he is not going to return, or at least Coach said it was unlikely. So we know that now, and there you can see.
He's throwing the football.
He refuses. He says, I'm ready when you want me to be ready, Coach. But we also know he kind of confirmed that backup quarterback Ty Freeman is probably going to be the man for the remainder of the night. And then the other thing he said, which was no surprise, is what you pointed out. 2 silly turnovers in the red zone. And I say silly because those were just up for grab throws. They just literally just threw lobs.
Yeah, I mean, he threw it, looked like 20 yards in the air just for anybody to go get there. It wasn't competitive throws. And, he talks about Ty Freeman coming in, and that's the one thing, when you talk about teams like this and you look at a team like Otago that's had the success, they're backups. The next man up is always ready. It's not like, they're just a one-star team. They've got a bunch of athletes out there. Same way with Catholic, They've just got so many athletes, and when one gets hurt, you hate to see it, but they got another guy they can plug in there.
So let's talk a little bit about the fact that it's homecoming. And, traditionally, you'll see schools schedule kind of an easy game. The term is always cream puff on homecoming there. But that's not the case here tonight. I mean, Catholic knows full well Otago Academy is a very good team. So this is a tough schedule for a homecoming game.
Yeah, back in the day, that's kind of the way it was. It seems now, though, because teams, get into the district schedule midway through the year, there's no time to play those cupcakes you used to. And, well, you got no cupcakes here tonight.
Well, now, hold on. I thought it was cream puff. Are we saying cupcakes? I thought it was cream puffs.
Either way, they're both good.
Well, okay, let's That's going to be a kickoff that goes straight out of bounds. And not a great start. A penalty here to get things going. So just like that, that's a slow start. We do see another pink flag, and as you pointed out earlier, that's we believe for breast cancer awareness.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, that's great.
We're going to re-kick here, which
Yes,
is
we
probably
are.
a good idea because Catholic, man, they want to get it into the hand of Mr. Demarius McGee, and I can't blame them on that one. Of course, we've seen a little bit of everything. They've onside kicked. Autauga's done everything tonight.
Well, and so has Catholic. I don't think yet we've seen on either side a kickoff that actually made it all the way down the field. It's been all sorts of variations of kickoffs, but we've yet to see that. And that's Ferrante Cutler kicking off. This time he does boot it just a little bit. That's a really
directional
nice
kick.
Yep, but it's going to go out of bounds.
Going to go out of bounds.
Boy, we have seen that all night long, folks. So let's see. Do they kick it again, or do they just say, we'll take it from here? I hate the silence.
I know. We're just kind of waiting, and it looks like they're going to kick it again.
For something. So
well, hang on, folks. We'll get this second half started soon, we promise.
So Ferrante Cutler now has kicked off twice. They've both gone out of bounds, and they just keep moving it back now. We're going to see him do it again.
Interested to see Catholic, man. We just saw Jacoby Jackson, Wayman Jordan, and you talk about those two guys right there, but then even Mr. Michael Archie and Colin Wibbs, all those guys played a pretty decent first half. I think Michael Archie's kind of the guy that goes under the radar a lot, and Wibbs has thrown the ball, six or seven times tonight already.
Sure has. All right, here we go. Now this is going to stay in
kick.
bounds. That's a great kick, and Demarius McGee will get a chance. Fields it at the 15, coming straight up the middle, folks.
And that's why you keep it away from him right there.
Wow, holy cow. That's going to be a heck of a start for Catholic High School, and like you said, that's why they don't want to kick it to him. Demarius McGee fields it at the 15, runs straight up the gut. An incredible start for Catholic High School. How about that, Jeff?
For all those naysayers that say, well, just kick the ball deep, well, there you go, and that's why you don't kick it deep, because you could have drove a Mack truck through the middle of the field right here.
Just comes, look at this. This
Watch
is
this
beautiful.
hole. There's just so much room to run. The young man, I mean, it's just, that's it. That's why you do it right there. And I guarantee you we will not see another kick from Autauga go deep
They'll
tonight.
kick it out of bounds all night before they give Demarius another shot. So 13 seconds into the second half, and a very big play for Catholic High School. So we're going to see now Bredesen on for the extra point, trying to put the Crusaders up 10. Wow, electric. That's what the homecoming crowd was hoping to see. Dick is
right down the middle.
Easily good. He kicked that thing a long way. And sure enough, it's 24-14. Friday Night Rivals, a quick strike from Catholic. We'll be right back. So an 85-yard kickoff return is how the second half starts, and Catholic now up 10, and there he is, the man who got it done. Boy, that was impressive. Of course, that's Demarius McGee. So we saw two kickoffs in a row go out of bounds, and even I was kind of thinking, just kick it to him, give him a shot. They do. They pay very, very quickly.
Well, and you're not going to see Catholic kick it deep either right here. They're probably going to try to pooch punt it again to Mr. Ferrante Cutler.
Yep.
And they will.
Yep. Jacarian Willis is the guy who's back, and they never give him a shot. So instead, it's Raymond Cutler who fields it there, and it's going to be right at the 40.
Raymond almost lost that ball as he was catching it. It was slipping through his hands and almost went between his legs right there. I mean, he's lucky to hold on to that one.
All right, so Ty Freeman, we know, is leading the offense for Autauga now that Palmer is injured.
It's funny, Ty Freeman last week had a 78-yard kickoff return.
Oh, really?
For a touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that tells us we know he can take
run.
off.
Yeah.
You know?
He can burn a little bit.
Yeah. So good catch there. And of course, in the backfield with him is Ferrante Cutler, who's been back there all night long.
Uh-oh.
Freeman's going to keep it. He's going to be tested on that run you were just talking about. And he's got his man, too. Boy, that's a heck of a strong arm on the run like that, Jeff.
Yeah, but that's one that you're going to see. He's a little inaccurate right there. Of course, it was a tough throw. Really good job, though, by John McDowell for the Catholic Crusaders, cutting him off, the senior, making him not being able to run because that young man took off, and he can fly. You saw it right there.
We've seen it a couple times, 2 or 3 times. He's in trouble one way, and he just reverses field, ends up buying his receiver some time, and a couple of times the receiver's been open, including that one, but he just wasn't a great throw. So now it's from the 41-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Looks like this time around they're going to snap it straight. It's that wildcat you keep talking about.
With Teddy Harris.
Yeah,
oh, and he lost it as he was running.
We do have a
multiple
flag.
flags. Now, he is electric when he gets the ball in his hands.
So that was a snap straight to Cutler. So that's more that wildcat we were talking about earlier, who gets it over to Harris, who, by the way, once he's got the ball, just look out.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a face mask on the Crusaders.
Wow.
And that's a big play. Good news for Autauga.
See the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. Let's see if we can catch that.
See, here's that terrific
right there.
time.
Yep, just a little grab,
Wow.
and it was
know,
quick.
man.
Mr. Javian Smith.
I got to be honest, that time I didn't see it.
Well, you saw his head turn real quick.
I guess I did. I don't know. Maybe I just don't want to admit it.
There you go.
Since I went to Catholic.
That's what I'm here for.
So 2nd down now and a yard, right at the 49-yard line. Freeman is back at quarterback this time.
Oh, Mr. Cutler around the end right there, and look at him. He somehow always finds a way to squirt free, and that's going to be a penalty on Catholic.
Sure is.
Boy,
That's
oh
another big one there.
A 15-yarder. Young man's wondering.
Well, it was hard to bring him down,
Jordan
and then all of a
Bradley.
sudden Catholic says, we'll bring you down, and they do it too late, out of bounds. And so now 2 big penalties in a row, the face mask first, and now they're talking about it, but likely this is going to be on Catholic.
Yeah, it
perhaps
looks like
unnecessary roughness.
A little extra. We'll see it right here. Look at this. He just somehow gets people off of him.
Yeah, just
right,
didn't want to go
23
down.
right there. Watch when, okay, he picks him up and then drops him. And that's,
yeah.
and not to mention, the young man behind him sticks his helmet in there. That's not good.
So there's your call. So that's going to be an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10 and then some. That's a big penalty as the Autauga now way down all the way to the 31-yard line. So very
given Autauga this drive so far.
Yeah, the face mask and the unnecessary roughness there. Freeman out of the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. Picks up a couple.
Yeah, I tell you what, and with all the things that have gone on, Catholic's defense has played pretty well tonight. And they've bended, but they haven't broke yet. And you know you hate to see Palmer go out of the game, but I'm sure they were pretty excited to see him on the sidelines after the success he had early.
Yeah, he is. He's really something. You know, obviously it's a bummer that he's hurt. His hip is what Coach had said, which explains why he was still able to throw with such accuracy.
Right.
You know, when he did come in after the injury. 2nd down and 6. There's Cutler again. And he's cut off in a big way.
Great job of pursuit right there by Samuel Hooker, the young man, the defensive end and linebacker, doing a good job staying with the play right there.
So it's a big loss, and that's going to bring up 3rd down now. It looks like about right at 12 or so.
See the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. Great job of pursuit. And Mr. Cutler was trying to find a lane and couldn't find it quick enough. This will be a huge stop for this Crusader defense, especially as if they can keep Autauga in no man's land, they may force a punt right here, which Autauga does not do a whole lot.
No, it's interesting. Remember, this drive has been mostly supported by the Catholic penalties. So here comes Freeman, who's going to roll out and use that speed we talked about.
Uh-oh. He's loose.
Look at him, folks. He's not going to get. He may get all the way in. What a play! This could be a touchdown.
That's a touchdown. Goodness
that was
gracious.
incredible. Wow, what a run! And you know, you mentioned he had a 58-yard touchdown return last week.
A 78.
78,
yeah.
excuse me. And now we see the incredible run here. 33 yards. I tell you, he ran 33 front and back, and about 33 going side to side too. Look at this. Could have had him there.
Cuts all
this is where
the
I
way
thought
back.
they had him. Wow, what a play.
Well, he outruns. That's Jacoby Jackson, by the way. He outruns. So that's no slouch right there. That's one of the fastest guys on the Crusader team.
That's incredible. That's a touchdown, and that brings on Emma Wendland, of course, the kicker here for Autauga. Try to make it 24-21. The kick is up, and she pulled it just a little bit wide. So
looks like there was a hesitation in the snap right there.
The score will stay 24-20. Nonetheless, a big play for Autauga keeps this thing very, very tight. We're glad you're with us here. It's Friday Night Rivals presented by Hill Kelly Dodge. We are back, everybody. You can see the Autauga cheerleaders have something to cheer about after that big touchdown from Ty Freeman. And she's like, hey, I'm not working alone here, people. Come on. Help me out. They're having a good time.
Well, they were playing Old Town Road. Have you listened to that yet, by the way?
Tonight?
We talked about that week 1, Old Town Road by Lil Nas X.
I don't remember that.
All right, I apologize for that then.
I have no recollection of what you're talking about. Wow, that was exciting. Big touchdown from Ty Freeman. What a run that was, and looks like another kickoff. Now let's see, will they kick off to McGee?
Well, they got a new kicker now.
Yep.
They exchanged kickers. Mr. Jackson Adams is coming in.
Let's see what Jackson can do. And look, Catholic has nobody back. Look at this. What, they knew it was going to be an onside kick.
Oh boy. Took a great bounce.
Okay, so Jeff, I have to ask you here. How did Catholic know that was going to be an onside kick? Because they had nobody back. They had everybody up.
Well, you could look at the kicker first off, and he was about 2 or 3 yards behind the ball, where typically if a kicker's going to kick off, he's about 10 yards behind the ball.
Yeah.
So that's a dead giveaway there. Plus, they've been pooch punting or kicking all night, you know. So they probably said, hey, let's go ahead and play for the onside kick, and if they pooch it, we got one guy back here that can receive it.
I guess. That's very interesting. You know, after McGee's 85-yard touchdown run a couple of minutes ago, surprised they were that quickly willing to say, let's just do this. But they called it, they were right, and as a result, Catholic has great field position at the 49. There's Wibbs, and
wow.
Did that ball come on the ground?
Yeah, Dominique Webster stripped it from Jacoby Jackson right there, and they're lucky to get on it.
Yeah. Wow, that was incredible play. I guess that Wibbs fell on that thing. Now, let's watch this again. I didn't even see the strip. There we go.
Right there, Webster. Yeah. No, I'm sorry, that wasn't Dominique Webster.
Yeah. So it's a loss of a yard. Second down now. And here comes Wayman Jordan this time. He picks up maybe 3, but it'll be 3rd and long. So it's Jackson and Jordan all night long, Jeff. We have another injury on the field. Looks like somebody from Autauga. Yeah, that's number 2. Who you got?
It's gonna be Tyson Tubbs.
Well, he's already up, so that's good to see. That was one of the shorter times on the turf we've seen tonight, and I'm glad to see it too. He is, as you can see, hobbling now. 3rd down and 6 for Catholic. They are back on the Autauga side of the field, right at the 47-yard line.
Well, Catholic needs a big first down right here.
Oh, it's going to be a reverse. Back to Wayman Jordan, who tries to get outside. He's not going to be able to.
Or is he?
Man.
Goodness gracious.
I think he just, when will I learn? When will I learn? I'm so sure. And then he just keeps going. And I think he may have the first down. It's going to be close. Wow. Let's watch this Bob Tyler Toyota replay. Watch this. You can see why I said it. So the double reverse. Check this out.
But here's this is the want
right
to
there.
get the first down. It just wants it more.
Wow.
Look at all the missed tackles. And man, oh man, I tell you what.
Well, he gets it. It's an Anderson Subaru first down. Now on the Autauga side at the 40-yard line. So that's just a great play. That was really impressive there from Wayman Jordan on the double reverse.
Logan Gilmore making a tackle. Lucky he didn't get penalized right there.
Wibbs is going to throw this, and he's got his man wide open. Yep, that's a big play. That's number 9, Dennis McGough, who makes the catch.
I don't know if any Catholic receiver was not open on that play. They were all running free. I mean, with at least 5 yards in between them, between the defender and themselves. But it looks like we got a penalty, of course.
It's going to negate the 17-yard gain, so coming back there. And I'll tell you, Wibbs, he throws it pretty well. They don't have to because they have these tremendous running backs, but we've seen him throw it tonight, and he's had some really nice plays.
Yeah, you see a holding penalty right there, and look, it's going to be first and forever.
Yep, first. And I always like to try and count it off here. Let's see,
we talked about that math.com.
28. Looks like it's first and 28. So that's lengthy.
especially when you're a pistol wing T offense. I
Yeah.
don't think you're built for 1st and 28 ever.
Well, remember, we did see, now this was Autauga earlier, they faced a 3rd and 26 and
made it look easy.
Picked up 26 on an incredible catch by Teddy Harris. That's way back, I think, in the first quarter. So Wibbs is going to throw it again. Looks like maybe pick up 2 yards, though. Going to need a whole lot more than that. That was number 25, Seth Massey, who is a frequent target for Wibbs. Just joining us here, 6 minutes, as you can see, to go in the third. Catholic High up 24-20 on Autauga Academy. Autauga out of Alabama. Well into Alabama, too, if you think about it from where we are. They're 3 hours north here of us, just west of Prattville, Alabama. I think of Prattville, and I think of those wonderful Robert Trent Jones golf courses up there.
Oh, yeah.
Played those a few times and have a blast. Never break 100 there, but always have a good time. All right, 2nd and really long. Wibbs is scrambling.
Well, you better tuck
He's
that ball away.
Exactly right. And, folks, are they going to call it down or not? I was thinking the same thing.
I think his knee was down. But, boy, Wibbs better
he gets up hobbling, too, Wibbs does.
Yeah, you run around like that, and, boy, they're going to snatch that ball right from you and take it for 6. He's got to be smarter than that.
It's 3rd and long. And watch this. Watch how he's holding this ball. He's really, really lucky.
Well, you've got to tuck it. I mean, there's guys coming from everywhere. And
he was down. He was down.
He's bent back awkwardly on that knee. You hope he's all right.
Yeah, he came hobbling off the field. Is he in?
Looks like nope. He is on the sidelines, and the training staff is checking him out right now.
All right.
And so in the game for the Crusaders is Demarius McGee running quarterback.
And welcome to the field, Demarius. It's 3rd and 30. He can run it, though. Of course, we know that. He keeps it this time himself. So the Crusaders aren't going to do much on this drive, not even able to get it back to midfield. The big holding penalty costs them dearly and works out well for Autauga Academy as the Catholic punt unit comes back out onto the field. Jakarian Willis is back for Catholic, as is number 4, Teddy Harris. So they got a couple of playmakers back there, and they'd love to get their hands on the ball and see if they can do something here. I told you earlier in the game, Bredesen is the kicker for Catholic. He handles all the kicking duties. It's a good-looking punt, too. Really nice. Oh, my goodness.
I believe it's out at the half-yard line.
Wow, that may be one of the all-time punts, folks. Lands at about the 10 and then just cuts a hard left.
It's really about the 1. It looks like they're going to mark it at the 1-yard line. Goodness gracious, it doesn't get any better than that.
Nope, that was pretty awesome. You know, that's a big play here. So it's good. Let's go down to the sideline reporter, Clayton Habecker, now, of course, for the Brownsville Welding sideline. I hear you've got a couple of super fans, Clayton?
Hey guys, I'm down here with Mr. Cope, a senior here at Catholic High School, and a few of his friends. Tell me a little bit about this body paint, the jorts, what's going on here?
It's a school tradition. We've been doing it since we've been here. It's always been here. They call us the Glitter Boys. We usually meet up at someone's house before the game, get all painted up. We're the most school spirits in.
Now, do you guys also lead the chants here as well?
We lead the chants, all of them. Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Well, we got a good game going. I'm going to let you guys get back up the stands, lead those chants, and pull up for your team. Thank you, guys. Oh, they want to hear a chant. You guys got a chant for us?
5-goal slide.
5-goal slide.
5
Back up to you guys.
That is a chant.
All right.
The Glitter Boys there. So Catholic High up 24-20. An incredible punt there from Bredesen. I mean, you know, you're saying he's on the 1. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think he's on the 1. He's on about the 1-inch line. That's as good a punt as you'll ever see. Just an incredible bounce. And not ideal for Ty Freeman and the Autauga offense. If they're going to do something here, they are going to have to go 99 yards down the field.
How about this? We got a score. Washington 33, Milton 7.
Real quick, let's just check out this replay of this punt. Look at that. Lands at about the 8 and then just starts hopping hard. Well, you're just going to have to trust me, folks. It went out of bounds. Yep, it was great. So here we go. Freeman going to keep it himself. He's in some trouble, folks. This could be a safety.
It's going to be a safety.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It rains, it pours right there.
That's the result of that incredible punt. Somebody needs to walk up right now and give Bredesen a big high five, because that punt is why that happened. So huge play for the Cat High defense. Look at this. The safety here.
Yeah, you can't just drop back, especially with the pass rush they've been all night long.
tried to get out of the end zone, and they weren't going to let him do it. That's number 29, Javian Smith, who makes the great play
And
there.
to your credit, Bredesen right there, you see him on the sidelines, guys coming up on defense, and they're hugging him and high-fiving him and everything. There's a defensive coordinator giving him some knuckles, and hey, it's well-deserved because I guarantee you that's one of those punts that you got to put it on your highlight reel.
Yeah,
you
for
might
sure.
get that college offer.
Let's hope there's another camera shot, because the one he's going to ask for from us
That's
didn't let
true.
the ball go out, but someone has it. So 26-20 now with 4:35 to go. That's a 2-point play for Catholic, and of course we know that because of the safety, they also now will receive the ball. So Catholic's got a shot to do a little bit of damage and maybe blow this thing open a little bit here, getting later on in the third quarter if they were able to score.
So going back to my score earlier, it's Washington, and that's been kind of the feel-good story this year after going 0-10 last year. They're up 33-7 against Milton at Milton, and Milton's one of the teams to watch right here, and they have a really good defense, but boy, the defense for the Wildcats is really showing out this year. Gosh.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, at this point, Washington is no longer just kind of a feel-good, unique story. They are clearly a team to be reckoned with. They are really good. Let's take another look. Here's the punt. Remember, after the safety, it's a punt, not a kickoff. And great field position. Field at the 38.
Wide open
and
hole.
Another huge hole.
There he
And
goes.
here he goes, folks.
You're not going to outrun Teddy Harris, though.
Is Demarius McGee, and just another big run back. So now we do have another look at that play from earlier. Let's go ahead and take a look at this was the punt. It just was so good. There you can see it coming into field.
It's about the 7.
And then just look at this.
And watch it. Oh, it's going to cut. There it is.
There you go.
Man.
That is incredible.
So, you know, if that thing would have knocked the pylon down, that would have been a touchback.
Would have been a touchback. That's
so
what I'm
somehow.
saying. Incredible. So well done by the camera crew here at Friday Night Rivals to get that spectacular angle of that. And looks
Once
like
again, we were watching a replay.
There's
and,
a penalty on the field here. So.
All right, from now on, one of us can watch the replay, the other has to watch the field.
Well, I wanted to see that punt again because that was as good as you see. So that was really good. So the huge run back is once again negated. Still, Catholic will start this drive on the Autauga side of the field, but just barely. They are at the 49-yard line here with 4:26 to go. And that's big for Autauga. You know, they were in some trouble there with the terrific field position as the Crusaders come down here. Gonna give it to Jacoby Jackson. He said, I'm not going down. Refusing to go down. Look at this guy. Forget about it. An Anderson Subaru 1st and 10. It's like 9 guys had a shot. They just couldn't get him down.
Yeah, good luck trying to get that dump truck right there to go down. They see the Bob Tyler Toyota instant replay. It's just a case of I want it more than you do, and good luck trying to get one man to stop me. Look at this.
Look at that. Amazing.
4 guys.
That's awesome.
He just keeps on taking them for a field. Got to ask him how that ride was right there if you're the Otago defense.
So it's a 1st and 10 now, down to the 33. And this time it's Wayman Jordan going the other way. He's just as talented. He doesn't, I don't think, quite get the first down, but he does pick up about 9, and the Crusaders are on the move.
You can almost bet when Jacoby Jackson gets the ball, then he knows, all right, I'm going to get a play off right here. Wayman Jordan gets the ball, then he's like, all right, next play, I'm going to get a play off right here. Every once in a while they pass, and it's just, man, this Catholic offense, they're just so dynamic.
There you can see Colin Wibbs coming back. Remember, he was injured just a few minutes ago, came hobbling off, and sure enough, they put in the backup quarterback. And even now, he's clearly not 100% hobbling out there, but he's playing. And here comes Jacoby Jackson again, and once again, really tough to bring down. Into the Synovus red zone he goes, and it's going to be 1st and 10. It looks like about the 11-yard line. Well, check that, maybe closer to the 13. So Catholic will have a chance at a 1st down rather than a 1st and goal situation.
Yeah, I expect Catholic to not try to roll Wibbs out, probably not for a while at least, because they can't afford to lose him right now.
No, and with Wayman Jordan and with Jacoby Jackson, why would you?
There it is.
That's going to be
touchdown, Mr. Jordan.
Yep, Wayman, big play there, folks. And another touchdown for Catholic, so just exactly what we thought. That
well, we got a
safety
penalty, but it's in the end zone. Interested to see what it might be. Looks like he points back right there, and that's what it is. They're going to get him for taunting.
Yep. Man, I've seen that a lot too.
Sportsmanlike.
But the touchdown does count, so Is that just going to be assessed here on the
kickoff?
Point? Oh, on the kickoff.
Yeah, on the kickoff.
Okay. All right, so now 32-20 Crusaders, and Jeff, something I've done all year and try to do is sort of tie things back. This is just what we talked about. After the terrific punt, you get the safety, which leads to the punt rather than a kickoff. Catholic ends up with great field position, and sure enough, they score the touchdown. So that was a very big play.
The good punt leads to, which will be now 9 points.
9 points.
There you go.
With 3 minutes to go, Catholic takes the lead 33-20, and Autauga in a little bit of trouble at this point, not having Octavius Palmer in the game. Of course, their starting quarterback, who got injured in the first half, is no doubt going to hurt. But I do say that understanding that obviously their backup quarterback, Ty Freeman, is terrific. Had a huge touchdown run a little while ago. So I don't mean to sound like he's not ready for the challenge, but we do know that Octavius is so talented and has such a big arm, which they may be needing more and more now as the deficit has grown with 3 minutes to go. So it's Friday Night Rivals. The Lady Cheerleaders now, the Lady Crusaders, I should say, are throwing those little yellow balls back out, and people are going crazy. They always go crazy for those. They're worth about 9 cents.
And every mom in America hates them because they probably just pile up.
Yeah, I've got 3 at my house. There's Clayton, of course, and look at him, Joe, always showing off his cannon. Cannon. Come on, Clayton, make him earn it.
We got to work on his form a little bit.
Well, now hold on. Harder, Clayton. Can you hear me, Clayton? Throw it harder.
I want him to clear the stands.
Yeah, Clayton, do a Clayton, pretend. Do a fake throw. Do a fake. Don't throw. Do a fake. Come on, he can't hear me.
No.
I'm just gonna keep talking to him, even though he clearly can't hear me. All right, we're ready for the action here.
And the kickoff. From
and
the
this
25.
will be a legit kickoff, and heck of a play there by Quentin Golston, who returns it to the 47-yard line. Check that. I'm sorry. I want to say that was Jakarian Willis. Quentin Golston's a Crusader. Same number, wrong team. That's on me. As if you thought it was on someone else.
I'll take that one. I got it.
That's I would like to see that replay if we can. Did you see how he caught that? That was a really great catch, because it was kind of a missile kickoff.
Yeah, it looked like it was knuckling a little bit too.
Yeah, it was a fine
It was a laser beam.
Look at Clayton just handing him out. All right, so there you go, the great catch. Again.
Good return.
Yep.
Good blocking right there.
So we've seen it all night for Autauga. They get great field position. They've had it all night. They start yet another drive now, almost exactly at midfield. They're at the 47-yard line, and they've got Ty Freeman here. And they need something big. It's a good-looking run from Cutler. It's Raymond Cutler.
And there's another
all night.
penalty coming in.
Yep, late flag too.
Not sure if it's
like
going to be a late
mask,
hit or what it
I
might
think it's
be.
a face mask. Is this face mask?
That is.
It's going to be. If you're wondering at home, I was showing him the signal I saw. So face mask
like
there.
Me writing the,
Yeah,
the stuff down earlier.
Sometimes we forget that it's not just the two of us. Well, of course, it's not Dre sitting here giving us stats all night.
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, doing a great job. So that face mask is quite costly, now down to the 31-yard line. And Autauga needed a break like that, and they get it here as we are getting late into the third quarter.
Well, keep in mind, Catholic had 2 15-yard penalties last drive for Autauga, or drive before where they scored. So they basically gave Autauga great field position, and Autauga just ran it in.
Yep. Now, the officials are talking about something. There was nothing happening. I'm not sure exactly what they need to discuss.
Although
but it looks like
they didn't need that guy.
It out. No.
Told him to go back.
He did come running in, and they're like, no, we got it. All right, 1st and 10 now at the 31-yard line. Freeman going to keep it this time, and he's going to be gone. Forget about it, folks. Boy,
Ty Freeman.
Let me tell you, for a backup quarterback, this guy is something else.
Jeez.
Incredible. We've seen him do that a couple of times. A little play action, keeps it himself, and then cuts back the other way, and forget about it. That's another touchdown.
Great read right there. You see him cut back. And great job by those buffet busters up front for Autauga, just creating that giant hole, and he just waltzes on in.
It's interesting, too. Both times you and I knew. It was like, forget it. You're not catching him. See you later.
He's super quick. I mean, it's unreal the speed that, like I said, and I've said it a million times, and I'm going to continue to say it. This is the most speed we've had on both sides on Friday Night Rivals this year.
So here's, looks like Emma Wendland. She is the extra point and field goal kicker She missed one earlier in the game, and she's also had one blocked. So, hold on.
Delay of game.
Delay of game. That's not what you need
Well,
when you're trying to convert an extra point.
Their field goal unit right now has just had a
rough night.
Like just a tremendous night when you look at everything has gone wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, there is
Yeah,
nothing
they've had
that has
a
gone
block.
right.
She's had a miss, and now the delay of game is going to make this just a little bit harder. So, looks like it's about a 30-yard attempt. Low snap. She gets the kick up. It's going to be close.
It's going to be good.
It's good.
Nice.
So Wendland is able to convert despite the delay of game. That's well done, Emma Wendland. And that makes it 33-27. So Autauga is able to have a big score. They're taking advantage of that penalty. You know, the face mask there turned the field around. And on the very next play, we saw the touchdown.
Great job, young lady.
Look
How
at
about
that.
that kick right there? And a low snap. She kept her composure.
Yep, and
put
good
it through
job to the
uprights.
holder. Yep, that's Emma Wendland. Very cool. Good to see it. So 33-27 is now the score, and this is homecoming night. This is a close game, as you said. Not the luxury of scheduling an easy win these days with the way district play shapes up, and as a result, Catholic's in a battle here, and it's a full house. People are having a good time, and if you look right now, Jeff, you can see the Crusader cheerleaders are into it, but then on the other side of the field, the very same thing. Both teams have reasons to cheer right now because things are going okay. So it looks like we're in for a good one. I kind of hope it stays close.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mind admitting I am a Catholic high grad. I certainly hope they find a way, but good for Autauga here.
Yeah, interested to see if Mr. Adams is going to pooch kick it, or if they're going to go back to the same onside there. They may just onside it just because it gives them a chance to get the ball back anyway.
Yeah, it's like rather that than kick to Demarius McGee, who's seemingly unstoppable if he's able to actually get his hands on it. So let's see what happens here. They are going
look
to
at
kick
that.
it.
Got him with a little direction.
Yeah, they sure did. And it's a great kick, too, all the way downfield.
Oh, this could be good for Autauga if they can
Yeah.
make the tackle, but good luck
McGee.
right there. Great job by that general special teams, that kickoff unit. Boy, that couldn't have gone any better.
No, that was well done. So they essentially pulled a fast one on us here, acted like they were going to do the pooch, and then directed it the other way, kept it well in bounds. So Demarius McGee was able to get his hands on it, but fielded it all the way back at the 2. You know what? Even with that, he did get back to the 15. That's still a fine play he made.
Yeah,
So-
but that's, you look at they could take the ball to the 45 or they take it to the 15,
Yeah,
and that's
well,
a huge
that's
step
30
up
yards.
for the Generals, because the Generals have not played very well on special teams tonight at all.
Nope, but that was big. So Cat High ready to go. There's going to be Wayman Jordan, and he's not going to get much, maybe 3 or 4 max.
Make no mistake, though, Cat High can they can run the field. You know, a lot of times you do that and you force them to drive it all the way down the field, and some teams can't do that, but Cat High is no stranger to it.
Colin Wibbs, the quarterback for Catholic, injured himself a few series ago, and I was watching him now. He's still hobbling, so he's certainly able to hand it off to Jacoby Jackson or Wayman Jordan, but I think he is in some pain. Here's Jacoby Jackson now.
Man, he just weaves his way through so many guys. The vision, I think, is just what makes that young man so special, and why no doubt he'll play on Saturdays.
And that's going to be an Anderson Subaru, 1st and 10, just enough to move the chains. So now 30-yard line. Minute 38 to go here as the clock keeps ticking, and we may head into the 4th quarter here with a one-score game.
And for Catholic, it plays kind of right into their favor. They want to milk this clock, but they also want to continue to wear down that Generals defense, because keep in mind, both these teams play guys on both sides of the ball, but Autauga, what you see out there is pretty much their offense playing defense right now.
All right, so it's a 1st and 10. May have had a false start there. Yes, it is a false start, so Catholic's going to move backwards here just a little bit. And that is a 6th penalty this half, and we know they had 10 in the first half, so.
Be a lot of bear crawls come practice time.
Coach Adams not going to be real happy with that. And he called it. I think it was maybe Tuesday night when he and I had a conversation about this week's game, and he said we've got to clean ourselves up. We're just making too many mistakes and too many penalties, and we've seen it all night. Oh man, Wayman Jordan is hitting the backfield, but somehow able to escape it. Autauga had him pinned deep there, Jeff. That's a great effort from Jordan.
Yeah, really good effort. And you talk about the penalties, and Catholic being undefeated on the season, having a great year, got all the talent they need to take this team deep in the playoffs. But they're going to have to clean it up. When they go play teams like FSU High School and things like that, they cannot afford to have really double-digit penalties, period. They got to play pretty much clean football. I got really good faith in Coach Adams. He's a fantastic coach. He'll get this cleaned up by the end of the season. But, boy, you hate to see these guys right now having 16 penalties already.
Here comes Jordan again, and another fine run. That was 2nd down and 13. Looks like he picked up about 8, so it's going to bring up 3rd and short, and I think that's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter here on Friday Night Rivals, presented by Hill, Kelly, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram. It's 33 Catholic, 27 for the visiting Autauga Generals. Stay tuned. It should be a very fun 4th quarter. What a beautiful shot. How about that? The moon looking over Gorecki-LeBeau Stadium here at Pensacola Catholic High School. Autauga Academy has traveled in from Alabama, and they're giving the Crusaders a very good game. It's 33-27 in favor of Catholic, and Catholic now facing a 3rd down and 4. And a big moment for both teams here. Autauga would love a big stop and a chance to get the ball right over the top. Wayman Jordan gets the call. He's going to convert. It's going to be 1st and 10 from Anderson Subaru. So Wayman Jordan's been big all night, been big all season, and makes a big conversion there, Jeff.
Yeah, just business as usual for this Catholic offense, and this is when Catholic kind of tries to put you away. That rushing attack, you get to the 4th quarter, you're beat up on defense, and not to mention that, when Autauga, we're talking about playing both ways all night long, and it's just so tough to survive here.
That's a 9-yard gain, and also when you're so dominant on the rushing side, that clock moves a lot quicker too. It doesn't stop as much as it would, of course, for incompletions. This time it's Jacoby Jackson who just bullies his way through for about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, literally, there was 2 guys and Jacoby Jackson when he got to the line of scrimmage, and I'll take it back. That's Michael Archie with the rush right there.
Was it?
Yeah, Michael Archie bullying people down the field, but...
Wait a minute, are you saying that was Homecoming King, Michael Archie?
Homecoming King.
Yeah, it's
Michael
a big
Archie.
night. Mr. Archie's got a touchdown, and he was named Homecoming King there. So my apologies. Didn't want to sell him short on his night. 2nd down and 6. And this time it is going to be Jackson, who refuses to come down.
Yeah, you see Autauga with the Catholic runs that motion, and Autauga's trying to compensate and get their guys in the right spots, and that's what happens. Catholic runs that ball right up the middle on a dive, and Autauga's nowhere to be found because they've got guys running all over the place trying to figure out where they need to be, and that's what makes it so tough because you're tired now. Now, this running this pistol offense is a mental aspect of playing defense. It's even tougher. Now you just can't think straight. You've got to find a way to dig deep and make a big play right here.
So an 8-yard gain from Jacoby Jackson, enough to move those chains again. It's an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10, now at the 46-yard line. And this is going to be Wayman Jordan. Not able to do much of anything. Might have even lost a yard, it looks like. So a fine play from Autauga there.
Yeah, they needed some kind of break right there. But once again, Catholic just rolling that clock. And, man, I tell you what, we talk about Catholic being 5-0, and they're just so special. I mean, you look at last year, they were struggling. They got back, and I believe they finished about 500. And Coach Adams, just the job that he's done here. For a couple of years, Catholic was kind of down. And now this team is just phenomenal.
Yeah, they're really good. 2nd down and 10. I'll tell you what I really love about the setup here. I mean, despite the fact that we're in this beautiful booth and it's air conditioned, which is very, very nice because it's still awfully warm. Looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. But, well, I'll finish the thought when we come back. We're going to take a break here. It's Hill Kelly Dodge's Friday Night Rivals. Jeff, when we get back, remind me to tell you what I like about the setup.
You got it.
We're back, folks, here in the fourth quarter with 9:26 to play. It's homecoming night, and you can see folks, literally, it became standing room only in the stands, so everybody's just setting up chairs all around the field. It's a great setup, and this is what I was talking about, Jeff, before. When you and I, when we were here getting ready for the game this evening, I said, you know, it feels like it's so much bigger, and you said it's because we're a lot closer, and the setup here in the booth puts us right over the field. Big play here. Look at this. That's Wayman Jordan, who refuses to go down, and he may be gone, folks. That's going to be a touchdown. Another big play. So, wow, boy, he's terrific. He is terrific. We have seen several plays tonight where it looked like somebody was done, and they just kept moving those feet, and touchdown city. And sure enough, another one here. That is a huge 46-yard touchdown from Jordan.
See the Bob Tyler Toyota as a replay. I mean, it's just it looks so easy for the young man. And I wonder if really on this Crusader squad, because you got a Mr. Archie as well, how many broken tackles have they had tonight?
That's what I'm saying. It's so many times, you know, but it's 39-27 at this point, so that's a really big play. And as we know, of course, Bredesen is on for the extra point. It is boy, he's got quite a leg, doesn't he? That is good, and that makes it 40-27. And we're gonna go to break. Stay with us. We are live, and believe it or not, that's a Catholic High fan. You think might think that person's on the other side, but no.
He's just used to seeing this.
Exactly. He's like, it's another night at Gorecki-LeBeau. The Crusader offense is looking good. So they're now up 40-27. And hey, whoa, look at this. That's me.
Hey, there
Dre.
you go.
Dre, you're up. Look at Dre.
Yeah, where's Dre?
There he is.
There he is. Hey.
If you're wondering, that's Dre 101. Always look, poor guy. Look, get on this. There we go. This thing is in his way. I'm like, there he is. You finally see him. It's Dre. So here we go. We're ready to roll. And what do you know? The kick goes out of bounds.
Goodness gracious.
We've seen that a lot tonight. So that, of course, is an automatic penalty.
They will re-kick, and I believe that's probably double-digit penalties of kicks out of bounds tonight. Easy.
Which is not what you're looking for. You know, from a showbiz point of view, we're trying to bring them an exciting, entertaining night.
Well, you're happy if you took the over on 10 on kicks out of bounds.
We don't want to talk about high school gambling, okay? All right, Jeff. I don't think there's an over on that here tonight. So they're going to kick it off again. And it's not too late for Otago. They have a very quick strike offense, and we know that their backup quarterback, I said with my tongue in my cheek because he's so good, Ty Freeman, they've still got something to be said, I think, here. Ooh, that's a stick right there. Woo!
Yeah, Dominique Webster right there. We haven't said his name a whole lot. First half, he was the go-to guy for Octavius Palmer, and Ty Freeman in the game, a little bit different style quarterback.
Let's go down to Clayton Hobbecker now for a Brownsville Welding sideline report.
I'm down here with Tati, the homecoming queen here at Catholic High School. So she just told me the way they do it here is they announce at the game who the winner is. So what was going through your head when you got announced?
I don't know. I was like, oh. But, like, I was happy, but, like, I felt like other people, like, I was fine not getting it, but it was really nice that I got it.
Spoken like a true homecoming queen. Very humble. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you. Enjoy the game and happy homecoming to you. Back up to you guys.
That's great. Good job, Clayton. I was hoping we'd get to hear from her because, of course, we know that the Catholic High homecoming king, Michael Archie, who's had a big night on the field. What's happening here, Jeff? What are you so bummed about?
It's good to know that the people at Catholic aren't all like you, that they have humility. I mean, me and Dre sit up here and we just listen to how great you are. And it's just good to know that there's good people there at Catholic High.
Looks like Freeman's in a little trouble here, but he's tough to bring down, and
he's
not in trouble at all. He says, I'm not in trouble. And wow, big play there. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 7. And quick point, if it's all true, I'm not bragging. Did you ever think of that, Jeff?
But is it all true?
As far as I'm concerned.
Oh, there we go. You just proved my point. Thank you, folks. Yeah. And even Dre's giving me a little nod right there. There we go.
3rd down now and 6. So this is going to be another big moment for Autauga because the clock is ticking. We're down to just over 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, it's obviously a must-score situation for Autauga here.
Down 13.
The reason I say that, you got 8 minutes left, but Catholic's going to get the ball back and probably milk another 3 minutes off that clock.
Freeman.
Oh, he had a guy.
Now he's going to lob it up. We've seen this all night, and it's going to be picked off again, bobbled and then caught, and that's going to be a big one. We've seen that all night. Keaton Ackermite makes the catch. So that's the third interception, Jeff, that we've seen tonight, where we watched an Autauga quarterback in some trouble and then just throw it up for grabs.
I just don't know what to say, right? Why? Why do you do that?
So he had a man, didn't throw here, and then at this point,
just take a sack.
Right.
I mean, just take the sack and hey, live to fight another day. You got good receivers around you. Why just give it to guys? I mean, you know, there's a difference when a guy cuts a route off or something like that and makes an interception. How you tip your cap to him.
Yeah.
But when you just throw it 15 yards up in the air for grabs.
Yeah, it's a mistake.
Crazy.
And it's a mistake we've seen all night. By the way, if you're curious, Jacoby Jackson, who of course is such a tremendous running back, does play safety as well. And he's the one who first got his hands on that before Ackermite was able to haul it in. So now Catholic is on the move again. And this homecoming crowd is feeling really good. Ooh.
Yikes.
Yikes. That's Waymond Jordan, who had some room, but ran into his own guy. Ran into a bit of a wall there.
Yeah,
actually.
Seth Massey right there. That's the one man that made the tackle. And boy, watch this. Young man's blocking for him, runs right into him. And
literally goes backwards. Yikes. Second down now and 4.
And credit the Catholic defense for that front four has done a tremendous job all night long applying pressure in the quarterback's face and causing those 3 interceptions. Because if he's sitting back there, he doesn't just toss them up like that.
No, you're right. They were all very forced. And we shouldn't say he because it's 2 separate quarterbacks under some pressure here. Wibbs is going to hand this one off, and that's Cedric Wingate who gets the call that time around, I believe.
Just sits on top of the pile there.
Yeah, why not? King of the hill.
No, and that's something Coach Carr's going to go back to the film, and it's just going to eat him alive on that 3-hour ride back to Prattville. And these guys, this general team, you see that this is a good team. These Autauga Generals are a very good team, and they were in this ball game.
Number 1 in the state.
Right.
In AISA, right?
And to come down here and play the number 9 team in Class 3A in the state of Florida, they've shown that they can hang, but they're not okay with that. They don't want to just come in here and show that they can hang. They feel like they should have won this ball game if they would have took care of their business.
So it is an Anderson Subaru 1st and 10. And here comes Jacoby Jackson. No, I'm sorry. Check that. That's Waymond Jordan. Sorry. Thought I saw. Yep. Okay. So Waymond Jordan moves the chains again. He's had a huge night. Anderson Subaru bringing you this particular first down. In fact, each and every one of them, as you probably know by now.
Yeah, Luke Bruder and Ben Radominski right there. Give credit. Those guys, along with the whole entire offensive line for Cat High Crusaders, they've done such a good job right there. You see Waymond Jordan, Jacoby Jackson, running to Michael Archie, all these people. Those holes are wide open, folks. I mean, yeah, there's been times they've break tackles, but they have created huge holes to run through. Just huge credit to these guys up front all night long.
So that's a 12-yard gain, and the Catholic keeps on. Oh, mercy. Ooh, boy. Let's see here. That's number 22. That's Willie Willis. My goodness.
Go get him, Willie.
Defensive play of the night, I'd say, right there. That was incredible. So let's watch again.
Just shoots the gap, and the guard can't get there in time and makes the tackle. Man, boy, he lit him up right there.
So a loss, obviously. Second down now and 14 from the 36-yard line. At this point, Jeff, with 5.5 to go, and Catholic with the ball up 40-27, it's starting to feel like it may be out of reach for Autauga.
Yeah, they've got to get a stop here. They cannot allow Catholic to get a first down because they've still got all 3 of their timeouts, but they got to find a way to make a big play.
And here's Waymond Jordan spinning and rolling and getting down to the 29-yard line. So that'll make it a more tolerable effort after a nice little gain. Picks up 7.
The general is down right now.
Yep, got an injury on the field. See if we can get a number on that and find out who that is. Hope he's okay.
Yeah, it's number 45. That's Mr. Logan Gilmore, the senior, 6'1", 160 linebacker.
Might be cramping there. You can see where he's grabbing.
You sure hope it is. You sure hope it's nothing else, because he is in some pain right now.
Well, I tell you, it's as much as I love doing these Friday night games. It's so fun, but this is a bummer every week. Every week we see these multiple injuries, and it's just I hate seeing it. You see these high school kids down on the ground. I mean, I get it. That's football. That's the deal. But, man, I hate seeing it. You can see Coach Bobby Carr is out there on the field, too.
Well, got a couple scores while we got a second.
Sure.
Northview playing at home tonight against Walton, their homecoming game, I believe, 27-17 over Walton in the third quarter. Washington 33-14 over Milton right now. We got Gulf Breeze 20 for Walton Beach 6. We've had Gulf Breeze a little bit this year.
Sure. Next week, let's talk about our game next week. We're going to Pine Forest, right?
Yeah, Pine Forest, West Florida Tech action. Always a big rivalry game. Of course, you know, Pine Forest is on, man, they're on a roll this year, and they are good, and West Florida's struggling big time.
I mean, and that's significant. West Florida Tech is a team that's always very, very good. But
it's been a while since they've struggled.
It's been a rough season for them. Kind of the opposite of what's happened at Washington, which, of course, didn't win a single game last year and has looked so good this year, mainly because of that tremendous defense. Good to see Logan there. You can see walking off the field. So just to follow up on that, again, that was Logan Gilmore.
Number 45. Let's see if we can spot him in here. Right there, middle of our screen. It looks like he took a helmet back of the leg.
Yeah.
Ooh, goodness gracious.
All right, so we're ready for action now. It's 3rd down and 7. Catholic hoping to keep this going and maybe close this thing out.
Right up the middle, looks like Mr. Archie again.
Yep, he's had a big night. That's your homecoming game. He's going to be short of the 1st down.
4th down here.
I would not be surprised if they kick the field goal. I've told you that Coach Adams has mentioned that Bredesen has a huge leg.
But here's the thing. I don't think you kick the field goal. I think you go ahead and run the play, because if you kick the field goal and it gets blocked and returned, that's a touchdown.
That's true.
And if anything here, it's a 2-score game. If you kick a field goal, it's still a 2-score game.
Okay.
So I think they're going to play the cards here and just hope they can get that 1st down. Regardless, though, they're going to force Autauga to run down the field twice to get some touchdowns instead of possibly giving up a blocked field goal.
All right, so 4th down it is. They are going to go for it. They may have drawn Autauga. They may get a freebie here, unless that was on Catholic. Let's see.
Catholic's had a bunch of false start penalties.
That's true.
What's interesting to see, this is going to be huge.
Yeah, this is huge. Currently, the false start against Catholic. So currently, it's at the 24-yard line, which would make a 41-yard field goal. Obviously, that's about to change. It's going to be 4th and a lot longer. So we'll see what Coach Adams decides to do.
See if they send Bredesen on now or not. It looks like they're going to keep the offense out there. Well, Bredesen's itching to get back in.
Now at the 29-yard line, so it would be a 46-yard field goal. And I will tell you, that is literally, Coach told me, he said, I'm comfortable with him from about 45 yards and in. So it doesn't look like they're going to. It still looks like they're just going to go for it on 4th down and 7 now. But I would say it's within range. But your point is valid, because, you know, does it really help that much? Because they're going to call a timeout. It's a 2-score game either way, it looks like. So
it's just one of those, you just try to play a little more careful, because you never know. You don't want to give up a freebie in there. And we always see that, you know, we see it happen more now than not, of a blocked, you know, field goal or extra point or whatever it may be, and you just don't want to give them a touchdown.
Well, you know, and I mean, you think about earlier in the game when Autauga was kicking off and they kicked it out of bounds twice, and it was like, just kick it. And then they did. They kicked it straight to Demarius McGee, and he ran it back 85 yards. So sometimes it's like, yeah, let's do the smart thing here, because it can go bad quick. And with 3:39 to go and Catholic has a 13-point lead, it's worth the risk to just try and keep this drive going at this point.
Right, because once again, even if you don't get the 1st down, it's not a big deal.
Right.
Like you said, you've got under 4 minutes now, and you force Autauga to go down, drive down the field, score a touchdown, get an onside kick, and then score another touchdown inside that, and it's just that you take the odds on that one.
Yep. But they're not going to. Bredesen's out there, and Bredesen's going to kick this thing. And this is a 45-yard attempt, and it certainly has enough leg, but it's going to be wide right. So they do go for the field goal after all. They do not convert. That's where Autauga Academy will take over with just a wee bit of light left at this point. They still have a whole lot to do, and they don't have much time to do it. But it's not quite done yet, I'd say, Jeff.
Well, we've seen Ty Freeman he is electric running the football. And we go to what ifs. Boy, what if right now you had Octavius Palmer back there slinging the football around? Goodness gracious, because they could score quick.
Yep. But they do not. They've got Ty Freeman, who's been awesome, honestly. He's a backup here. I think in plenty of places he'd be a starting quarterback.
Yeah, and he's a different style quarterback. He's a rushing guy where Octavius could run if he wanted to, but he wanted to throw it in the pocket. And I think if you're Catholic here, you've got to put a spy on him, at least, flare your defensive ends out. Don't allow him to run around the end there and get loose. Force him. Let him throw the football. Let him, because he's been inaccurate quite a few times tonight.
And they're going to 1st and 10 here, and he's going to throw it and throws it way too high. Very inaccurate, as you said. So they do exactly what you're talking about there, giving him an opportunity. And frankly, he had a man there on the move. Had they been able to do it, that's Teddy Harris, who might have been gone.
Yeah, Harris was wide open, and all he's got to do is just lay that ball in there, and that young man, ain't nobody going to catch him.
No. But they don't. That's exactly what you said. Yep. He's not a super accurate passer, which is sort of the opposite of Octavius Palmer, who's just got incredible accuracy, and we were able to see that through about a quarter and a half before he was injured. So we're down to 3:33 to go. It is 2nd down and 10, and Freeman going to drop back again, and
there he is.
Oh, wow. That's Teddy Harris once again, and he was open once again. Yeah. He's just so quick. It's not surprising that he keeps getting open. He's extremely fast.
This is something Coach Adams, see the replay here. I think he's going to go back and watch his film, and his corners have just got to play better man-to-man. They have been beaten way too many times man-to-man. It's just something that it's got to worry him. As good as his defense has played tonight, that secondary has been a little skeptical.
So it's 3rd down and 10. We do have a Crusader on the grass right around the 43-yard line. Looks like Keaton Ackermite, who had that big interception earlier in the game, may be a cramp. And, usually, Jeff, by October, you're hoping the humidity's not as bad. The cramping is not the issue that it would be in August or September. But we know it's no cooler now than it was in August or September, and we're still seeing these cramps.
Yeah, maybe next week, we talk about getting rain. We're just trying to get some rain, period. But maybe next week, it's supposed to be possibly 85 degrees or so, and
wouldn't that be
still
nice?
Above average
Exactly.
for us, but we're hoping for mid-80s.
Normal high this time of year is about 83 degrees. So if it's at 85 at kickoff, then yeah, that's way above normal. 3rd down and 10 now.
So you're saying there's going to be snow at Christmas?
I wish. That'd be awesome. I'd be all about a white Christmas.
Boy, look at this.
What do we got going here? Tell me what this is.
It looks a little bit like a swinging gate formation.
Okay, swinging gate. Just don't get caught watching the fence dry. That's a Hoosier quote for you. So, oh my!
That's a 1st down though, and that's what they needed.
So they do move the chains, and Anderson Subaru 1st down. So is it abnormal that they have 12 guys over here and then they throw it the other way?
No, because here's the thing. So on a swinging gate, you see that it's the numbers, and you saw Mr. Ty Freeman. He's pointing, he's looking, he's counting man for man right there, and there's going to be somebody that's going to be in a available position or an open position. And if the defense doesn't put enough guys on the sideline over there on the swinging gate, then he's going to throw it to that man and let his blockers do the work.
So it's a 14-yard gain, and big arm here, throws it just out of the reach.
That's pass interference.
It sure is.
Once again, Catholic Jordan Bradley is the young man going to get penalized right there, and they have picked on him quite a few times tonight.
Teddy Harris, once again, was the intended receiver. He's been open a few times here. Let's watch again on the Bob Tyler instant replay. And I'll tell you what, Ty Freeman says, hey, I've got an arm now.
Yeah, he definitely has an arm. I mean, there's no doubt. It's just the accuracy that's been the problem. But as much as I've talked about the secondary, kind of being a little scarce tonight, really good penalty by Jordan Bradley. Rather than just let him run down there and catch it and run it in for 6, now that's a 15-yard penalty, and there you go.
I look forward to him making that case to Coach Adams. Coach, otherwise he would have scored.
No, he has no chance. That's why, and you see him get subbed off, and it looks like they're bringing in Seth Massey out there on the end.
So right at midfield now, and with 2:56 to go, this game is not done. Autauga Academy is doing their best to keep it interesting. Looks like a double reverse situation, and this time Teddy Harris is going to think about throwing it.
Oh, he has got a man wide open.
But we do have a flag.
back.
That may end up being a hold. Ooh, great open field tackle there. Wow, that's a great tackle from Demarius McGee right there. So I think we're probably going to get a hold there.
Yeah. Of course we would.
Yeah. So was Teddy Harris, in your opinion, it looked like he was going to throw that. Do you agree? Oh, that's not a hold. Hold on. That's not a hold.
Is that helmet to helmet?
I'm not even going to pretend to guess
So
what that was.
I don't know if Teddy Harris wanted to really throw it this way. I mean,
but you saw, there was a moment there where it looked like he was cocking his arm back and said, no, it's not going to work out.
yeah, and then he cut back this way, and he had a young man wide open, had some blockers, and he just decided to run it. But
well,
a little bit of a weird play, and nonetheless, all for naught.
So watch this. Yeah, exactly. A huge penalty. So here he comes the other way. Great camera work sticking with him.
So reverse.
Right there. It
Nope.
looked like he wants to pass it.
Yeah, he
but,
wanted to pass it. It's not open there. Good decision to cut it back up, but even better. Watch number 6 right here, Mr. McGee.
Yeah.
Right through the blocker, and that's
Awesome
kind of
tackle.
poor by Mr.
So they're all the way back now, back at the 25-yard line, and they've got a whole long way to go. Ty Freeman is buying himself some time, but he's going to end up keeping it.
Where is he going? He's going back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he wants to pass it again.
He's not down yet, folks. What a play.
Jeez.
That's a great play. That ends up being a gain of about 12 or 13. I'll try to get a confirmation on the exact number there, but wow, that is an awesome play.
So he ran 115 yards to gain about 10 to 12 yards.
Pretty impressive, though. Look at him. Look, I mean, this is really impressive. Like,
It's like a video game.
Yeah. It was, in fact, a 12-yard gain. So it brings up second down now and about 22, it looks like.
Well, Otauga's got to go. They got under
clock's
2 minutes now. They got to find a way to, if anything, get a quick score here.
Going to be picked off.
There it is.
And this could be a pick 6 here.
That's
No,
C.J.
it's
Davis.
not going to be a pick 6.
And that's the 4th interception tonight for this Crusader defense.
So C.J. Davis with the interception there, and that will do it. No doubt about it. The Crusaders are going to please this crowd on homecoming night as they're going to get the win here. It's another just kind of a lob pass and right into C.J.'s hands. Thought for a moment there he might be able to run it all the way back, but he's brought down by who else? Teddy Harris, who's been all over the field tonight. And it's going to be a 1st and goal now for Catholic at the 9-yard line. We'll see what they try to do with it here. 4th interception of the night, as you said. So are you thinking about options for player of the game?
I've got 3 in mind.
Okay.
And maybe a couple people tonight. Just because you look at this Catholic side, and they've done such a good job tonight. And
I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to pick one.
Ooh, I don't know.
I'm going to challenge you to pick one as we look in the touchdown conversion there. That's Jacoby Jackson getting in on the fun.
That might be one of them.
Well, I thought he might be on your list. He's had a great night, as he does pretty much every Friday night. So touchdown Catholic now. The score at this point is 46-27. We hear you. Whatever you're saying there. I think I heard you say it. So just FYI.
Well, it's been kind of how my talkback button has been tonight.
46-27 is the current score. The touchdown there from Catholic.
You see,
Bredesen's been busy tonight, kick after kick, and a huge leg. Very impressive place kicker, and a chance now to make it 47-27. So, Jeff, for a long time, this was a close game, but here, midway through the third, things kind of turned, and it's been all Catholic.
Yeah, it's the fourth quarter is when Catholic makes their money and they put you away. And, huge credit to Coach Adams and that coaching staff with the conditioning they do, because a lot of these guys play both ways. But, man, oh, man, this is a very, very talented team. I tell you what, Autauga shot themselves in the foot a lot tonight, but a talent has won out here tonight.
Well, and listen, Catholic did too. Remember, they've had at last count 16 penalties, and honestly, there may be another 1 or 2 since then. Let's talk a little bit about 47-27. When you're at Autauga Academy and you go 3 hours to play at a beautiful stadium on this incredible field, it really is quite beautiful here. It's a long bummer of a ride back, isn't it?
Well, it's not necessarily a long. Losing, it's terrible, but the way they lost, I think, is the big bummer on them. They're going to look back and look at 4 interceptions tonight and just some careless plays that they made and may have changed this game. And you can look at, if they had Octavius Palmer, injuries happen. You can't just bank on one guy.
Right.
And for them, it's more about preparing for the playoffs. And this team right here would surprise me as a general team if you see them in the state championship again. I mean, there's just so much talent out here. And but if you look at Catholic, same for them. I mean, we wouldn't be surprised to see Catholic in the 3A state title game this year either.
No, wouldn't. No, I mean, they're about to move to 6-0. They're looking really good. Teddy Harris and Ty Freeman are back to receive. So your backup quarterback also receiving these kicks, and he had a 78-yard return last year. He's not going to get a chance this time, as that's going to go through the end zone and touchback. So, you pointed out Ty Freeman, who's been terrific as a backup, a couple of touchdown runs tonight. You mentioned that he had that huge run back last week, and he, when you get into the open field, forget about it. That guy's about unstoppable.
Yeah, very electric runner, and hats off to Ty Freeman as well. Of course, you can practice and know that, hey, you could come in at any moment. I don't think he expected to come in as early as he did, and, you never expect an injury. But, boy, it's just he did a good job tonight. He did a serviceable job tonight. Of course, if he would have been a little more accurate, this could be a different ball game possibly. Yeah. But that's just the way it is. He's a dynamic runner. He's just not a pure passer.
Nope. No, he's not. So we're going to see him again here as there's still just over a minute to play. And that Catholic defense is relentless, and they're not slowing up. So that time around, it's number 34 for the Crusaders who puts the heat on, and I can tell you that was Samuel Hooker.
Yeah, great job by Sam Hooker trying to help the young quarterback up as well. And you love to see that sportsmanship.
It's good you said Sam. I bet you're right. He probably does go by Sam. I'm like going by the exact thing that says Samuel, but you're probably right.
Yeah, well, I call you Chris.
Don't do that. I'm Christian. People always do call me Chris. People I don't know. Oh, man. Now that's Ty Freeman hobbling off. Do not want to see that tonight. We've already seen their starting quarterback, Octavius Palmer, go down. That's what brought Freeman in this role, and he's been very, very good. And now he's feeling it a little bit.
Not sure if it's a cramp or if it's just his ankle. Tell you what, regardless, that young man, hats off to him. He's played a heck of a game, and especially in the situation that he was put in.
Yeah, that's Coach Carr, head coach from Autauga, who was out there with them. The Crusaders are feeling good as they're making a few changes here. Hustling off the field, you better hurry.
It looks like that they're just going to let Ferrante Cutler run quarterback the rest of the game here. Last couple plays.
Maybe 1 or 2 plays. And look at Ferrante Cutler says, hey, should have let me do this all night.
250 right there, barreling down the field. Boy, they can have that trying to tackle that young man. I don't want no part of it.
That was second down and about 22, and he converted and then some. A huge run there with the clock ticking. So at least one more Anderson Subaru first down. Look at Ferrante Cutler.
Well, he is fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he has got some. His strides are incredible.
Awesome. Great play. And big run there, about 20 yards. This time he's going to hand it off. And that's going to be Jakarian Willis.
Ooh, look at the hurdle.
Oh, boy.
How about that? And
yeah.
That's going to be a penalty because you cannot hurdle like that.
You can't?
Now, the high school, it's a safety rule.
Okay.
I mean, if he's on the ground or, really, really low, then yes, you can. And I'm not sure where he was tackle-wise. Yeah, you can't do that. You can't jump over him. I mean,
you can't do it, but that was cool, man.
No. And look, the reason they make that is just so guys don't get upended and you land on your
head. Yeah, I know, I get it.
But it was fantastic.
I was going to say, I get it, but still, that's really cool.
That's a highlight reel. When that goes on the highlight reel.
I think so. I mean, he looked like a hurdler, like an Olympic hurdler there. That was amazing. But it is a penalty. And certainly worth pointing out one more time, those pink flags you're seeing, we're all used to yellow, but in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the officials using pink flags tonight. So that's a very cool thing. And with 5 seconds left, it seems likely that the play we're about to see will be the last play of the game. Oh, they're going to let Cutler think about throwing it. He's going to keep it himself, and that will, in fact, do it. Well, ball comes out, but they've blown it dead. Good. Would have hated to see something else there. So that's how this thing is going to end. A terrific win for Catholic High School, moving to 6-0 at this point, and Autauga Academy now moves to 3-2. Final score: Catholic 47, Autauga 27, and teams out there shaking hands, saying good game, good game. And Jeff, despite the 20-point difference, it was a good game.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, you look at, we talked about it in the fourth quarter, that's where Catholic makes their money, and once again, they took over some key turnovers from the Generals, and it was just lights out from there. Hey, hats off to the Autauga Academy Generals that came over here, played a heck of a game, 3-hour drive, and they showed, the talent that they have. But hey, got to give credit where credit is due. A Catholic came out and handled their business on homecoming. It's so hard in homecoming week to keep your focus for these players. Coaches, everybody did a great job. Crowd showed up. Just a fantastic showing for these Crusaders, and wish them nothing but luck as they continue to go on this year.
Well, I'll tell you, I as we've said, I went to Catholic high school. I have just some fabulous memories. I mentioned to you earlier, some of the best things that have ever happened to me in my life are directly because I went to this school. So certainly I am glad to see the Crusaders walk out ahead of victory. And I'm real proud to see them 6-0. Coach Matt Adams is doing a heck of a job, and they're looking good. And, of course, it's because, in no small part, they have 2 outstanding running backs and a very solid quarterback.
Well, we say 2, but
that's
don't
true.
credit the homecoming king,
I'm
Mr.
sorry.
Archie, tonight.
Yes, he was great as well. So you're right. They do have 3 terrific running backs. I was thinking of Wayman Jordan and Jacoby Jackson, but most definitely you've got a good point there. Our quarterback, or rather our running back, also homecoming king. So it's Friday Night Rivals. The final score, Catholic 47, Autauga Academy 27. And, of course, we've still got the trophy presentation and the player of the game coming up. We are back. It's Friday Night Rivals, of course. We still have to hand over the trophy to the Catholic High School Crusaders. But while we're waiting for Clayton to catch up with the Catholic High team, as they're doing some celebrating with their fans right now, as you can see, let's talk about our player of the game. Jeff, I know there were a few options, and where'd you end up landing?
Well, I think I'm going to go with that young man right there, number 5, Jacoby Jackson. And, of course, we could have went Wayman Jordan. We could have went Michael Archie. We could have went the whole defense for Catholic and that defensive line. But Jacoby Jackson, just phenomenal. Both sides of the ball, offense, defense. That young man, you see all the tackles he broke, and that's one run. He did it all night long. I mean, it's everything. Whether he had the ball in his hands or not, the young man was making an impact. And that's what this player of the game is all about. Hey, hats off to Wayman Jordan. The young man had a great game. But I tell you what, because of that young man right there, there's going to be some generals that got to get in some ice baths and prepare for next week.
Yeah, Jacoby Jackson, certainly a great pick. He had a terrific night. He's had a terrific season. Wayman Jordan also is outstanding, was great tonight. Michael Archie was named the homecoming king and had a great night. So you had a lot of choices, but certainly Jacoby is one of them. So now let's go down to Clayton and Coach Adams and the trophy presentation.
Guys, I'm down here with Coach Adams. Great game tonight in front of a homecoming crowd. Tell me what it means to you to win on this homecoming night.
Well, I'm just proud for our kids and proud for the Catholic high school community. They came out and supported. A lot of people here, and just proud of this group for coming out and playing a great game and getting a win for homecoming.
Now, I have heard rumors when Friday Night Rivals has come to some of the games, you guys have not fared so well. But finally, that curse has been broken. You know what I think it is, besides you guys playing great football? I think it's me. I think I'm your guys' good luck charm. So, on that note, you guys deserve it. You guys played a great game. I will hand this over to you, sir. Congratulations.
Boy, that's bold.
I was thinking the same thing. In fact, I wish we had a Bob Tyler replay of that moment, because Coach Adams just looked at him. Yeah, like, did you just say that? That was funny. Well, congratulations to Coach Adams, and certainly to the Catholic High School Crusaders. Jeff, next week, I know we've got another, what's called Friday Night Rivals, and we've got another rivalry game.
I mean, there's no bigger rivals than those 2 teams right there, West Florida Tech and Pine Forest, and you got one team that's, man, Pine Forest, they are hot right now. West Florida Tech still trying to find themselves as they lost again to Niceville tonight. Tell you what, don't count that Tech team out, though. At Pine Forest Tech, that's going to be a heck of a ball game to next week, so get ready for it.
You know what they say, Jeff. Any given Friday night.
Do they say that?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Listen, don't forget to catch Dan and Steve and the entire crew working so hard for Prep Football Final. That's on, of course, tonight at 11 o'clock, right after Channel 3 News at 10. Congratulations to the Crusaders as they get the big win here on homecoming night for Jeff Price, for Clayton Habecker, for the entire crew that'll be here working for another hour or 2 breaking things down. It's not easy to do a great job every single week. I'm Christian Garman. This is Friday Night Rivals. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you a week from tonight. punt.